Yep. And we stopped the camera right there. Just want to do a little facial recognition before we get started. I ain't mean to show y'all my little COVID beard, you know what I'm saying? Uh, but welcome to Black Men Being Brutally Honest. I'm Kev, and we're going to be brutally honest about some things tonight. And yes, this is about George Floyd. It's about yet another black person that did not have to die. And yet is at the hands of law enforcement. Now, I'm not gonna police anybody's rage like I've seen all over social media. And people starting to think social media is a bad thing. Our orange haired genius of a president, you know, start is is attacking social media in a time like this. And I do agree that there are many ways to handle things, and I want to discuss that tonight as well. But it's just we just gotta get through the initial nonsense of it all first. The most important thing that we have to remember is that the initial nonsense is the fact that this man even died in the first place. You know, this I'm not gonna spend too much time on the pettiness of it, but it has to be acknowledged because I don't know. I kind of see myself as sort of a problem solver. I get to the bottom of things. If you're upset about something, let's pick the appropriate time to be upset about it, and let's get it out the way. And make sure we don't have to kill anyone in the process. Because let me tell you something. Black people. Shout out to Raining Woman. Black people, like, it ain't like black people don't have a code. We have that code already. We're just afraid to use it. For whatever reason. You can call it self hate. You can call it fear. You can call it, one of your butter biscuits. But I mean, let's do something in the direction of solving the problem. I also really would like to also discuss tonight the how the gender war itself reverberated through this case. And I know it's a very unimportant aspect of it that we that we face, but it is a problem. It is a problem. It is spilled over into something. It is spilled over into something that is really throwing us off as a people. Now, you want to talk about solving problems, but when it all boils down to it, a lot of you cannot get away from pointing the finger. And one thing that I want us to understand is that it is important that we don't point the finger like that at all times. But if it's an obstacle that we have to face, that's getting in our way and our own people are doing it, we have to eliminate it in order to get to what's important. And the important thing is these these law enforcement officials continue over and over again. It's not even so much getting because it's like, okay, there are a lot of there are a lot of them that don't that don't get away with it, but there are exponentially more that do get away with it. I mean, screw all the media sensationalism and all that other stuff. The fact of the matter is, these people are still dying. I mean, this was gonna be tough to get through, but hey, you know what? Without saying, let's all have an uprising and just settle this once and for all, because that's something that we're not prepared for either. In fact, I think we're years from that with good effort. I know a lot of people like to hang on to that hope and believe that and believe that we are actually ready to take up arms and flip the system on its head. But that's something we can't really do either right now. Is yeah, like it's gonna take re-indoctrinating our people to get back on a code that we got away from in order to go back in and just say, hey, you know what, even to stand a chance. I mean, shit. It's depressing, man. It just really is. And, I would like to have a serious conversation about it, but it's just that, I don't know. I mean, can't, you can't tell anyone. I mean, I've seen so many stupid ass viewpoints. It is never ever what's important. It's never ever what's important. So what do we do, black man? What do we do? What do we do, black man? We keep allowing this to happen? Because I'm not blaming George Floyd for this. I mean, if anybody think that's gonna be one of them broadcasts, hell no, that shit ain't gonna happen. I ain't got time for it. I'm not gonna blame George Floyd for dying. Like I seen a bunch of that bullshit too. Like seriously, because what that honestly, like all that little mudslinging over George Floyd is about is that it's basically that some people are upset about what somebody said on social media at one point. And I'll get into all the specifics, but just wait. I'll wait a second, get a little comfortable, wait till some people get in here, and then we can get rolling, rolling, rolling. Hmm. All right, let me make sure. Know how everybody's doing tonight. Just being safe. Yeah, it's kind of rough. It's like they got curfews going. I mean, I looked at the news, and all of a sudden, they tell us to stay in. Like it ain't like I got a whole lot of places to go. I mean, I'm a family man, but is I heard that shit. They tear up shit now. But that's a narrative that's being twisted too. And I want to give my opinion on that as well tonight. You know, but we got plenty of time for all of this. So what's up, Mr. Roger? Report. How are you doing?
Man, doing quite well, doing quite well. Man, I can report some stuff that's going down here too, brother. That
Oh
is
yeah.
going down in Chat Town.
Okay. So is there major unrest?
I mean, yeah, they hit a, I mean, crazily, they hit me with a curfew. Like it started hitting random cell phones. Last night they sent a message saying Chicago gonna be on the curfew from like 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. And the crazy part, they sent the message at 9:17. So, like, how you gonna tell me we're in the curfew 17 minutes after the fact? And then, they've been tearing up some stuff today. And my thing is when you protesting, you want to send a message. So you got folks who are doing a little rioting and looting. I guess. Well, I'm gonna say looting. I ain't gonna just call it a riot. But it's been some folks looting here. But at least they starting to get a little smart about looting because they done hit up some downtown areas, and based on the stuff I've been hearing from different people, they done hit up some uh, very more Caucasian based areas. You
Oh.
know, they ain't just tearing up their own stuff this time.
Oh, okay. All right. So I guess a kind of a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
just say
if,
progress.
like yeah, if you look at it the glass half full kind of way. But yeah, I'm here to tell everybody I'm not into policing how people should feel about this. It's like we tried it peaceful ways, like with Martin Luther King. He tried it peacefully, and guess what? he got assassinated. He got shot for doing everything peacefully. We've been trying it peacefully for decades. So if people tear up some shit, hey, so what? I mean, the only thing that I would really promote is like don't tear up black businesses. That shit is stupid, man, and so counterproductive. Like I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a lack of production. I mean, counterproductivity from our people when we're actually out here trying. We're all in this together. You
Well,
know.
I'm with you all day on that note. Yeah, aiming your frustration at a black-owned business would be quite stupid at this point. And you know, I know I've been seeing footage. There has been like as far as the stuff being towed up, it looked like a lot of that stuff was started by white folk.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just
I was getting to that too. I was getting to that too. But I was just saying for like I just wanted to get that out the way because I'm gonna spend a lot more time on that. The fact that there are reports that black people that want to protest peacefully, then white people coming out of nowhere and just start tearing up shit.
yeah,
That's actually happening. That's that like because that's the narrative they want to keep up. They want to keep up this whole thing that we are violently doing this. Like, dude, they attack peaceful protesters all the time, man. Seriously, that's nothing false. That's nothing false. Like, honestly, honestly, for real. Hey, you get? Can you turn that down? I can hear the background noise.
okay, my bad.
I remember, like they're acting like black people are just rioting and just destroying stuff, property damage. I can tell you, okay, back in 2016, it was the week of the Democratic National Convention. And it was also the week that Alton Sterling was brutally murdered by the cops in front of that gas station selling CDs. And they showed video. They had videos posted on Facebook of the protest, and it seemed to me like it was the cops started the shit. Like you see black people sitting on curbs, locked in arms, and they just showering them with pepper spray. I mean, they giving these folks the business. Like, and it's always like this. It's always this bullshit. It's always this bullshit. Okay, when we protest peacefully, they come at us with riot gear, weapons, batons, shields, guns, with rubber bullets. They come at us with that. But when they're at the college football game, and at the non-black college or university, and they win a championship, they tear up their campus. They flip over police cars. They run around butt naked, flipping over, tearing up shit. And the cops are sitting around not doing a damn thing except saying kids will be kids. Now, like I know all about that narrative right there. So and we know this shit goes on.
Man, it's a lot of stuff that's happening out here ridiculous. I saw something on social media earlier today. Well, a sister was comparing police reaction. I'll say that she was comparing police reaction, and she was showing a white man was coming at a cop with an axe. Literally, he had an axe. Okay,
Yeah,
now axe gonna do some damage. Yet, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't trying to take him down, kill him, or anything like that. The dude just let him come at him. You know what I'm saying? Now you got guns, tasers, or whatever you got, and you let a man come up on you with an axe. Then she compared that to a black man who was standing up, already had his hands on his head, and when the police approached him, they kicked him, then started grabbing him to wrestle him down when he basically already given up. Whatever you got him stopped for, the man obviously not doing anything. He's standing with his back turned towards you with his hands on his head. That is not a man that's causing a threat to you.
man. Let me tell you something. They shoot black. Can't they shoot black men that blink? like
Yeah, yeah.
like seriously, like the man that was trying to help that mentally ill patient and that cop, he already had his hands up and I think he was sitting on the ground and this dude shot the man. Like this was just for give it up basically, like still shot the man. All right,
What's
Donnie, what's going on, man?
what's going on, OG? How you living? How you doing? How you doing?
Word, word, word. Glad you can join us.
Yeah, I'm here for a little momentary lapse. I'll get on when I get a little a real free moment, but I have to show some support, control line stuff and whatnot. But I'm here. I'm around. Um, I meant to show up on Roger's show earlier, so that's my bad. But yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, it's all good. And man, it's crazy, man, because folks been talking to me and making little suggestions. I'm telling like, what do y'all expect people to do? Like a black man can't eat a bowl of ice cream in his own home. You can't go to the park and barbecue. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to the corner store. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just drive your car down the street. What can a brother do? And if you keep putting people in a situation where you feel like you're boxing them in, they gonna go crazy. That's just normal human behavior to
I
lash
think
out when someone's trying to take away all your options.
no, I think they doing little fuck shit like punching them and kicking them to where they can't be seen and like this big like when people go through that kind of thing, they're gonna get hysterical anyway. When he's like when it's like when they had a knee in your back on the knee in the back of your neck like that man, they set up there and say some bullshit like stop resisting. This man is wriggling for his life. You're putting him in a fucking situation where he has no choice.
Do you need another fill up or what?
Yeah, and when see this is my thing. Any man, I don't know how big that cop is, but a man can easily be 200 pounds. No 200-pound man is so dumb that he don't know that if you put your knee on somebody's neck, it's gonna be a problem for that man to breathe.
You
Especially
talking
when
about
you're a
George Floyd?
trained police officer. And yeah. And a lot of trained police officers has already previously been in the military. So it's not like you don't know what you're doing.
Oh,
He,
okay.
You
I'm
know,
sorry. You have to excuse me. So let me just jump in on the conversation, right? So if you look at the pictures, the videos that have been circulating, it wasn't just one man on his neck. It was four, right? So it was one standing guard, three on his personal body. The main person, Mr. Chauvin, jammed his knee into the man's neck. So that off top, theoretically, if you just come on an average perspective, not supposed to cut off your blood circulation. That's not supposed to make it so that you can't breathe. It's hard to breathe. Percent, I'm sorry, possibly, but it's gonna be tough. So they say that the autopsy came out and he said he died from other complicating factors, right? Basically, let me tell you what happened, and just so we cover all the grounds here, I don't think this was an asphyxiation situation. I don't think this was a blood choke situation. I think this was a motherfucking racist who put his knee into this man's spine, neck, with reckless abandonment. And when he said, I can't breathe, I need help, he didn't check on him. He was like, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. That man died because of that, right? I don't give a fuck if it was gout. I don't give a fuck if it was low blood sugar. This man died because this person who was a police officer, who's a first responder, put his knee into another man's neck and had reckless abandonment for him, right? Um, Ultimately, I do not believe that he died from asphyxiation. It was probably some other situations going on. My position on this situation is that cop didn't care for this black man's life. That's where we're at. So it doesn't matter whatever the situation is. He killed that man due to his negligence and his white supremacy nature, right, taking hold. That's where I have an issue at. That's where the whole country's going wild and crazy and everything else. And everything that comes from that is a result of white people not giving a fuck for hundreds of cases, situations, and years.
what and you know what? I gotta say, I just recently heard this, so it could actually be even worse than that. Now, I want to do some digging to see if we can get it confirmed. But not too long ago, somebody just told me that these two brothers worked at the no, not two brothers. This black man and the main officer that was creating the problem was working at the same club for 10 years.
same
I
nightclub for
heard
10
that.
years.
I
Uh,
heard that. I heard that. I heard that.
Yeah, well, I just kind of heard it right before I did my show, so I ain't had no chance to look it up and get any confirmation. So I don't know if that story is true. But then somebody told me, and then I ended up jumping on the phone call with a relative real quick right before I came over here, and I was getting told the same thing. So, um, obviously the source is somebody said it who's a big enough source because the two people that I heard it from ain't even connected. You know what I mean? And they're not even in the same state. So that's kind of a problem.
All right,
And
look at the screen. George Floyd fired Officer Derek Chauvin, worked at same Minneapolis nightclub.
Yeah, it's nothing to talk
wow.
about. So I need murder one. I need murder one. There's nothing else to talk about. The
Yeah,
fact that they worked in the same nightclub, murder one. Period. Point blank. We
yeah,
don't know.
that's premeditated all motherfucking day. It's right there. It's fucking right there.
Okay, well I just got it confirmed. There it is.
There it is. Yeah, see, we deal intangibles over here. You know, Roger threw that out. It was true. I researched it, and yeah, it's damn true. And this is from Fox News. You know, I know how we feel about Fox News, but still, if they were like, if as one sided as they are, you know, they confirmed it.
Yeah,
That
this
sh-
don't make no sense here.
this shit is ridiculous, man. No, let me keep that
And
up
it,
for a second. You know, yeah.
and to me it's sad because these people out here protesting, you could just go pick them other three officers up. You know what I'm saying? And then at least if you did that, you could take a stance of, well, we've arrested the guys and we gotta wait for due process. But they being so blatant because they didn't pick up the first officer until all this protesting goes on for days. Then you still ain't picked up the other three officers that was protecting the man killing somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I see it. You literally protected a man that was killing somebody. And if I'm riding in the car and somebody go in the house that I know and he shoots up people and I don't even know he did it, if he get back in my car and we drive off, I'm an accomplice. So I don't know how these other three officers aren't accomplice to murder at this point. I'm not understanding that. If the law say I don't even have to know and I'm an accomplice, they literally protected the man, but they didn't get arrested for being accomplices. That's crazy.
It's like a corny Tyler Perry movie. You got the motherfucker who used to be a porn star who fell in love with the Lord, getting hit with the situation. All these motherfuckers knew. You telling me that this cop pulled him over in this district where he works at, right? This person that he works with in the district where he works at, he called for backup and motherfuckers he don't know or aren't friendly with or wasn't willing to cover up his little bullshit showed up. Nah, let's talk real. Let's talk facts, right? Um, he got away with murder. He's getting charged with murder 3, which is the lightest sentence you can get in this situation. This is a lot of bullshit. So the whole country's acting the fuck up. America, are you listening? White folks, are you listening? Pay attention.
Yeah. This is way worse than if it was a random black guy. Because if it was a random black guy, it's horrible enough as it is. But if he know this guy, and I don't see how you don't know a guy if you work at the same nightclub, that you know what I'm saying, that's a lot harder to do. At least recognize a person because even if you work for a big corporation, if you work around somebody, you may not really know them, but you would at least recognize them.
Yeah, he knew that man. He knew that man and he
Oh, I ain't
recognized
saying
him.
he didn't. I ain't saying he didn't. I'm saying that he did.
Yeah, he knew him. The boss came out and said that. But also, too, his ex boss came out
Judge
and said,
motherfucking Dre.
right. His boss came out and actually said that he had a problem with black people. Now, this is a white woman saying that every time there was, like, he was quick to jump to conclusions and he was like hair trigger. Always, he would just really blow stuff out of proportion. But one of the things that I noticed that I listen to a lot of things and I watch a lot of things. If you notice in the first video, when they pulled the man out the car, that cop wasn't even there.
Oh wow.
If you notice in the first, like this is one of the things I noticed that nobody speaks up and says. I paid
That's not
attention.
some
I
shit I
watched
said.
the first video multiple times, and I noticed that cop wasn't even there. So basically, there is no reason, even if you said that, okay, well, fine, when he got out the truck, he didn't get out as easy as you wanted to. That was at least 4 minutes ago. The guy had already sat on the ground, all this other crap, this, that, and the other. And like I told everybody when it first came out, I said, yeah, he collapsed on his own thing. And I said, they're going to use that as he had an underlying condition, and that's what he died from. You know,
So
that's
they already
basically.
using it.
Yeah, they already. But I said this before it even came out. I said
Oh,
this
okay.
the first thing. I said is they're going to use that. He had an underlying condition. You know, that's kind of like in what was the movie with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx was a cab driver, and he was like, "Did you kill that guy?" He's like, "Oh no, I didn't kill him. The bullets in the fall did." You know what I mean? It's like, you know, yeah, you shot the gun. But he's like, "No, I didn't kill him. The bullets in the fall did when he fell out the window."
Mm-hmm.
But you
Yeah,
understand what I
this
mean?
is
Like I said, the knee to the neck killed him. But they're gonna say, "Oh, he had an underlying condition, this, that, and the other." But I'm not even gonna lie. This whole case right here, and it needed to happen. People look at me and say, "Hey, people need to just finally get fed up. The system needs to be completely overhauled." And I'm not gonna. You know how I am. I'm honest with the shit. You're not gonna overhaul the system without people getting hurt and property being destroyed. It's just what it has to be. Because the only time people say, well, what does tearing up the stores do? Tearing up the stores actually does a lot. Because the businesses say, well, wait a minute. I'm losing money because you couldn't control your morons. So basically is the business owner might be mad at the people tearing up the store, but when it really boils down, the only reason why the business owner is losing money is because you couldn't do right. Because the business owner, they don't give a damn if the person was white or black or whatever, as long as they come in and spend the money. You know, anybody who wants to be a really good business owner, you want the person coming in and spending the money. And knowing that I'm losing millions of dollars a day just because you wouldn't do what's right. I mean, and basically, I'm not gonna lie, these younger kids, they were born and raised on this. Nobody don't tell me what to do. So we always talk about that in all our panels, but I hate to say something. This is that they are the best. If you notice, there's a lot of them out there. These are the best people to fight that war. Because, wait a minute, you ain't going to tell me what to do. And no, we ain't going for that shit. And right now, they're not going to listen. Sit here and laugh how they just, well, we don't need to tear the cities up. No. If anything, y'all need to be in a back room giving the system a complete overhaul. They don't want to hear shit else unless it's talking about overhauling the system. I don't care about people burning down stores, this, that, and the other. I don't care because that didn't call. I'm not going to be mad. Like I was in a house fire last week and I almost died. I'm not mad at the fire for almost burning me, killing me rather. I'm mad at the person who threw the gas inside the house. And that's what America
I feel what you're saying.
You can't don't be mad at the fire for burning me. Why are you mad at the people for tearing up the stores? Everybody got their right or their own way. And I hate to say the protesters need to remain united because they're going to try to divide. Well, these people don't need plain and simple. Well, we wouldn't have to worry about the people tearing up the stores if y'all would have handled your business. Would have never happened if y'all would have took care of business. If you ever notice, you keep trying to deflect and say, oh, well, you're tearing up your own neighborhood. Last time I checked, none of them black people own them stores.
Well, see, this is my thing. I'm gonna leave it in two separate categories. Protesters are protesting, and looters are looting. You know what I'm saying? They're not mutually exclusive. But at the end of the day, I'm not convinced. At this point in my life, I am still not convinced that protests solve anything. Okay,
well, I'm not gonna lie. The looting solves everything. And see, this is the problem. You look at it as looting when it's the little petty off and people going in the stores taking shit. But white people been doing this type of looting all the damn time in government. What do? They tear your neighborhood up and then they come and buy the shit and then boom, raise the price. It ain't no different. They're going in the store. It's the same. It's no, but I'm just trying to say. Let me say this. The same thing.
Let me say this. Let me say this. When white people cause mass cause like mass civil unrest and you know they do it. It's called patriotic, or it's called some stupid shit like kids being kids, you know, because it is at a college game. But you know, when it's us, it's always riot. It's always riot. It's always a. But to Roger's point, I don't think that it's the protest that's ineffective. I really think that it's probably the marching that's ineffective.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The marching is actually effective in one way, because this is what you do. You need both sides. You need the looters that's going out doing that, and they need the protesters too. The protesters may not like the looters, and the looters may not like the protesters, but both are needed. You know why? Because both the protesters tie up resources, and that costs them money. The looters destroy stuff, and that costs them money. The main thing you need to do is like really, if you really want to, they need to just drag this shit on. And I'm not even gonna lie. If I was controlling things, or people would listen to me, it would be a protest every day until the system is overhauled. You don't.
But
This is the problem. You gotta keep the resources, because they don't have enough power. They don't have enough manpower to police everywhere, and that's gonna wear down on them.
Well, see, the point I was trying to make is, if you do the protest, and the protest is a, you know, quote unquote quiet protest where no damage happens and things like that, that's not going to be enough to turn any laws or get true results. That's what I'm saying. That's my main point. The protest, sure, it'll get the message out, possibly. Your message may be heard, but will anyone do anything about your message if you only protest? What I'm saying is, I'm convinced the answer is no.
Offer to do nothing. What the fuck are we afraid of your protest? Hey, please do the right thing, or what? We'll just
you see,
fuck you.
Good luck. They tore Cleveland up too. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. I was upset because I didn't know what time it was, because I wanted to be there.
No, but see, my point is, if you protest, and the protest ain't gonna solve the issue at the end of the day, because I'm convinced that protesting has never solved an issue. So my thing is, when people say, well, why are these people looting, or why are these people rioting and things like that, and I'm sitting here like, well, the protest ain't finna fix it, so maybe that will motivate someone to do something about the actual problem. So I can't say that what they're doing is so bad and terrible, because you ain't fixed nothing according to just the message being put out. If you ignore the message, something should happen.
But no, I'm gonna let you know, the protest does have its benefit, because without the protest, they wouldn't be able to loot. They wouldn't have the numbers to tear stuff up. That's the reason why.
No, I agree with that part, but I'm just saying, if you would have changed the situation with the protest, you wouldn't have to worry about the rioting or the looting. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, of course not. But this is the problem, is that, you know, white people, you know, the powers that be up in the upper echelon, the 2% that control every damn thing, they realize any disruption will upset the status quo. And basically, one of the things that they don't want to do is upset the status quo, because they don't want any changes to the system. It's like, say, if I built the system and I didn't create with all the rules and all like this, I don't want no changes to the system, because that would, more changes to the system takes power away from me. You know, it's kind of like where I said, it's like when we talk about, say, with women with custody of children. If we said, well, from now on, we're going to give 50% of the custody, half goes to the father. Women would never agree on that. Why? Because they already got 100%. You understand what I'm saying? Why would you give up anything? And that's the reason why the people at top won't make no changes, because they realize why any little bit they give, they don't want to do that.
No, I mean, I feel what you're saying, but see, I'm just trying to say what I'm saying for the audience, because I'm still getting people asking me questions on, well, why do y'all have to take it to the point where y'all start looting or damaging people's things? And my thing is, well, protests have failed on deaf ears. So what do you want me to tell you when you ask me such a dumb question? Because to me, it's a dumb question. If the protests work, we wouldn't have all this stuff going on.
Right. This is the problem they don't realize. That, as I said, like this is, if you want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs. I'm not even lying. If it came down today to where, I'm not big on protesting myself. I'm actually say, call me when it's time to start cracking some heads. I'm that type of person. When you say, hey, Dre, we going down here and we about to fight their ass. Oh, I don't give a fuck if I'm at work. I'm leaving. I'm not to me, because I've never felt that protest does anything. I'm one of the ones, I'd rather be the one out there cracking people's heads and probably getting my head cracked. I'll fight for you. I'm not going to sit there. I don't like to sit there and talk. I'd rather do the swinging. That's just where I come from. I'm not saying that that's right. And there's a lot of people out there that say, well, damn, Dre, but no offense. If you look at my history, I got that as a record as my childhood. Now, Dre ain't the one that's talking, but he's quick to hit somebody. It's just that I feel that you need people, even like people say, oh, Dre, not everything has to resort to violence and stuff like that. But you need both. You need the talkers. The talking ain't working. The talking ain't working. Now it's time for motherfuckers. Unfortunately, they got to get hurt because they're not going to listen until it happens. Otherwise, think about it. These people, can you sit up here and think about when it all boils down and off, this is all over with? This is all started. This is like the straw that broke the camel's back. All started because the motherfuckers couldn't even arrest the motherfucker. It ain't like you had to put the nigga in jail for. They probably gonna give him a bullshit charge. He'd be out in 3 years max. 9 times out of 10, I would not be surprised if they had some special program set up for them where, they go to jail for a couple of months. Then what do? They move them to another location, give them a new identity, and let them go. Witness protection does that to people all the time. Don't say that they can do that for a cop.
Well, my issue is just that, what I'm saying, we got to address things as they are. So when people start talking about the looters or the rioters, however they put it, my thing is, look, that's just a deflection. Talking ain't solved the issue. They could have easily arrested the other officers, and then you see, now you at least can say, well, we gotta wait for due process. You can't even take that stance because you won't go out here and arrest the other 3 officers. So you're real blatant about what you're doing. So my thing is, stop tripping that folks is tearing up stuff.
Well, not even the fact of that, they're making it worse. I don't know if you paid attention. In New York, the cops ran over some people. And what other state was that? There was another cop car who went down the street and ran over some people. And then it's like people talking about why, and you don't realize they're just bringing more and more people to the fray. The only way that they're going to get people to really calm down, they're going to have to look within. Don't sit up here. If I was them, I'd tell them, look, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what they're doing. They could be destroying every damn building in their wake. Until you look within, we don't have nothing to say. That's what the protests say. We don't give a damn about nothing until you handle your business in your own home in the blue line, as we say. Until you do that, don't ask us for shit. That's what's needed. And we need to stand firm on that. I don't give a fuck. When they was down there beating, I don't give a damn. Hey, we realize this is the cost of war. Okay. We realize it's a war.
Oh, yeah, it's a war. But is it a war we're equipped to win at this point? I don't think so, man.
Okay,
go ahead.
You got safety in numbers. Of course, plain and simple. This is the problem. That people say, well, we ain't gonna never be equipped. But the only thing we got numbers. And this is time. The beautiful thing about this is, if this ain't our time to strike back now, this ain't the better. Because we got a lot of white people on our side. We have more white people on our side now than ever. You know what I mean? And if this is not the time to fight back, there ain't no other time it is. Well, this is the time where any person. No, I'm gonna let you know. Any black person out there not fighting is damn near your enemy. Don't be saying, I ain't even gonna lie. Don't be cooling. There's no fucking excuse. Period.
Well, see, this is my thing. The people that's in control, you've proven to black folks that if you're a kid and you're playing at the park, you might get killed. If you at the park trying to barbecue, you might get dealt with just for doing that. If you driving your car, you might get pulled over and killed for no reason. If you're going to school, you might get killed for no reason. You see what I'm saying? You basically told black folks that every action you do, you might get killed over it. So, just like any other person, if you put if you put a person underwater where they can't breathe, don't be dumb enough to not expect them to fight for their life. So
Right.
that's just how I see it right now.
Here's a question. Like I told my mother was to call me today because she knows how. She said, "Please just tell me you ain't down there." And I said, "No, I didn't know. Otherwise, I told her. I said I will. But I said I will be at the next one." Oh my gosh, you don't know. I said, "Play it." See, I told my mom. So see, that's the difference in opinion we have. I said, "I'd rather die on my feet fighting than to live on my knees." I said, "See," I told my mom. I said, "This is the difference. We two different types of people." I said, "You was the slave that just said, oh, well, whatever, we don't have to worry about we don't want to get beat." I was the slave said, well, fuck it, I'll die trying. I mean, it's just what it is. I have that mind frame. I'll die for what I believe in. I don't mind. And more people need to be like that. And if this ain't the best time for you to say, at least you got more numbers now than you ever had. If we don't step up and we let this opportunity to fucking go to waste, it's the perfect timing. The economy's in fucking ruin because of all this bullshit. The economy's in fucking ruin, so they already their businesses are already hurting for that. Then we go out and say, you know what? Fuck it. We ain't doing what we're going to do is boycott all businesses that don't support us in this movement. Any company that ain't supporting black people, boycott it.
Hey, hold on.
From now on, only spend money with black people. Period.
Yeah. Hey, Chic 1906. We need to give up this matriarchal culture and go back to patriarchy. Shout out to what up, Rogish? Shout out to Chic 1906 and people who are watching in the chat. And welcome, Rogish. What's going on?
Maintaining, trying to stay copacetic in these COVID-19 times / burgeoning race war.
This has got to be one of the most unique years in my life. Well, actually it is. I've never seen anything like this. And it's almost as if it's what a great time to be alive. But at the same time, we're still experiencing so much bullshit tragedy that we shouldn't have to experience anymore, but the shit's still happening. So
yeah, it's almost like being in one of them Star Trek episodes where they wander into a place of space where it has its own sentient deity running the motherfucker and just throwing shit to you and everything. And that's one thing a lot of people ain't understanding though. From a cultural perspective, it was very dangerous what that pig did to Brother Floyd. It was really dangerous because the way that everyone is describing it, you can see that they get super subjective. There's no way that they can't put themselves in his shoes. No one of any color is looking at that and not being able to put themselves in the black man's shoes for once.
Okay, here's the question.
Let me say this. Hold on, Joe. Let me say this real quick because I don't even know if people are looking at it where they can see themselves and put themselves in a black man's shoes. My thing is this. Even a person that don't even like black people that much, if you stand for the police doing what they did to that man in broad daylight, eventually your turn is coming. So you got to be on some that's just a little too far. You know what I'm saying? That's even if I'm a white supremacist, it's bro, you don't do it like that. Not like that.
And that's what
I'll say this. This is the thing that people don't point out, and this is how I want to show you how they act and everything is so ingrained in them. I said, if you notice, he kept his knee on that man for 3.5 minutes after he never moved again. On top of that, if you notice, when it go to show you how other white people is, they allowed the shit to happen. They allowed it, this, that, and the other. Because there's 3 people on him at that time. Fourth thing is now the EMS worker got out and walked over, didn't tell the motherfucker to move his knee, and took his pulse while the niggas choking him. It didn't say stop. I mean, literally. So he walked over, took the man's pulse, got back up, walked back over there to get the stretcher. The man was still on him. He didn't move his knee until the guy came back over and tapped him before he moved his knee. So I'm like, motherfucker, the nigga was dead 4 minutes ago.
And you know what that does?
Go to show you how it didn't like he didn't look at him crazy. Like it was just, that was just normal.
Routine. It
I
was
mean,
routine.
if that doesn't ingrain in you that this system and how black people are treated are so, just give you a perfect example. We live in America. I ain't even gonna lie. I wish I would have been on that SpaceX rocket because I don't even want to be on this fucking planet no more to say that I'm from America. We live in a world where a woman can call in a video on a person and lie about that, and she's choking her dog, where the motherfucker could come take her dog before a motherfucker got a video of somebody being killed before they can even be brought up on charges.
Mm-hmm.
The people came and took that woman's dog in 24 hours.
Mm.
They took the woman in the park in New York. They took her dog and left in 24 hours.
Welcome to Rome, man.
We got to destroy $500 billion of property to get a motherfucker brought up on charges that he ain't gonna never do.
But that's the thing.
They wanted to protect the dog. That's the main thing. They want to protect the dog.
But that's
they can take a dog in 24 hours.
It's too late now. It's too late now. It should have never gotten to that point to where they felt that comfortable, because they felt that they could never ever offend us to a point to where we say, okay, life for life, and let's move with that. And the thing is, in regular, just run of the mill nigga standards, they put police in a position of gangster. People are absolving them of any aspect of authority. And that was received as an act of war. The way that he looked in that camera, didn't give no fucks. None of them gave no fucks. And then on that, they're going to try. And then they're going to try to run this as just, this is just one of the regular ones of killing a nigga. And we're going to blame this one on them. People saw you for 9 minutes, 10 minutes with your knee on this shit. And then they're going to try to, let's go ahead and try to spin that. You would think that they would have a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more honor about about the intelligence.
They kept it more undercover.
Something, But the thing is, for real, they put themselves in the trick bag, cuz they put themselves deep in the trick bag.
There was no way. I mean, the fitting thing is, I'm not even gonna lie. Say I'm white, and I'm the king of white supremacy. First thing I would have said is, we got to fire your ass, but we're going to go ahead and put you in witness protection, give you a new identity, this, that, and the other, because there's no fucking way we can spin this. I mean, like, they're going to show you that white people try to spin. They'd be like, white people be on camera.
For real,
like, you see the guy with the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
And then he got on camera talking all that shit. Then they had like 5 other videos, because before he got the bow and arrow, he was walking down the street threatening people with a knife. Same day. Okay. So it's like, God damn, nigga. But see, that go to show you how white people are looked at as such of where they never do anything wrong. They can have everything against them and still be like, nope, you shouldn't charge me. And other white people will be like, all righty then.
You know what, Judge? Let me take it a step further than you, because this was my honest reaction, because for while I was on vacation and I wasn't really even looking into news stuff too much or whatever came in. I made a couple quick little guest appearances on certain shows, and that was it. I wasn't really paying attention to nothing. So now I'm starting to catch up with the news, seeing what's going on, and I found out about this situation too. You know what I'm saying? There's already too many other situations going on, but I found out about this one too. And even from a white supremacist mindset, my thing is they should have just killed dude. They should have killed him. I wouldn't have fired him. I would have left him on the police force, killed him, and I just let him know, look, we're gonna have to kill you because you just went way too beyond the scope on this one. So we're gonna have to kill you, but we're gonna let you stay a police officer so your wife could get whatever police officers' wives get when dude dies a cop. So we'll let you stay a cop, but we got to kill. To me, that would have been the smart way to do it, and probably the other 3 cops either put them in jail immediately or killed them too, because it was just way too blatant of a situation.
It's way too blatant, and they turned to gangster. They turned to gangster, and people going to be hunting pigs soon.
Well, let me say
no, I'm not going to lie.
Let me make one quick statement. Hold on, Judge. Let me say one quick statement before we go too far. My thing is we can't look at the other 3 officers as They just let it happen. What they literally did was protect the man killing another man. That's what they did. They made sure he was able to kill that other man. They were
Mm-hmm.
protecting him. It
No,
wasn't they
they were
wasn't doing
willing
nothing. They was doing
participants.
something. They were protecting them
No,
to
willing
make sure he got it.
participants. Willing participants. That's
That's
what they
what it
were.
is. That's exactly what it
Right.
is.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that. No, we were. No, they were willing participants. And I mean, like you saw, then when it came out, I don't know if you know, the Chinese dude is related to the dude by marriage.
Yeah. That's true.
And what's so bad? Like my aunt, I showed like because I showed my aunt the video, and she was like, "Oh, whatever." And I ain't gonna lie, because we know black people get treated like shit. And she was watching the video, and she was just like, "Oh, like, cause she was like, I ain't even gonna lie, I gotta keep my ass in the house today. I can't go nowhere." She's like, "Why?"
Whoa,
Because
whoa, what
somebody
the
said
fuck
something to
is
me.
this that's
And
up
after
here?
watching that video, no, I'm just saying. After watching that video, she said, "If somebody say something to me wrong, I know I'm a Christian, I'm supposed to a child of God, but if somebody say something to me wrong today, they getting hurt. Period." So she said, "I
BK
gotta
all
keep
day,
my."
every day.
I mean, because that video right there, if that doesn't make you want to go out and hurt somebody, no other video will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was disgusting, and I didn't appreciate it. As a human being and as a black person, it touched my soul, man. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this to all the little naysayers, the little bootlicking butter biscuit motherfuckers out there, real quick. Okay,
Me and Kevin.
yeah, because some of y'all out there, seriously, y'all running for butter biscuits, and the shit is so motherfucking sad. And I have an example of this up on the screen here. And like, I ain't gonna tell this man to his face that he wants some butter biscuits. I ain't gonna say that shit. No, not about this guy. He's still fast. He's still powerful. But you're wrong, dog. You're wrong.
Oh, yeah. I
Dead
saw that
wrong.
dumb shit that he put. I think knowing him, he probably said it backwards. Because he's been hitting the head a lot. So I mean,
he's
that's
still.
what I believe. I give it to him. This Mike Tyson, he probably meant if black people rioted every time a white man killed, he probably said it backwards. Because Mike Tyson is kind of off in the head.
But you know what though?
Right.
He did.
Right. Because think about it. Right. Because we don't go out killing them like that.
No.
Because white people know that they got a fewer bridges to burn. Like you even see that white guy with the machete talking about he was protecting his store. Come to find out he didn't own no store. And in that video, they were throwing rocks at him first, and he was retreating. They didn't come and beat him up then. Then what happened is he pulled out the knife and ran at another person. That's the person that was screaming, and then that's when they jumped his ass.
Yeah, that was
now, wait a minute. Now, this is one of the things I noticed. If you notice in the case with the bow and arrow dude, even though there was a lot of white people there for him, and with the guy with the machete, now that goes to show that ordinary citizens in a mob mentality setting have more thought for the preservation of human life than police do. Because it was 50 people there. They could have easily stomped the shit out of that guy and killed him, and there would have been nothing that they could have done. But did they do it?
Nope.
It was 50 people there again. And what did they do? Once they beat the shit out of the boy with the knife, they let him lay there.
Yep.
They didn't kill him.
Beetle baby
This man
style.
came at you with a hand raised, trying to cut your friend's neck off, and you allowed him to live. So that shows that black people ain't that bad, because think about it. All them black men there, and there was some cocky ones. They put some good blows on him, but they didn't kill him. But yet we supposed to be
say this real quick.
such animals.
Let me give Mike Tyson some benefit of the doubt. Because number one, I'm not gonna believe he just threw that up there, because I don't have no reason to think Mike Tyson would say that. I just don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who has authorization to his account, but a lot of times celebrities don't. They got other people that control their accounts. I'm not gonna put that on Mike Tyson. Unless if Mike Tyson come out and say he said that, okay, that's cool. Then he said it. But I'm not gonna go off no tweet. It's always folks that's trying to do stuff to divide black people in times like this, and that could be just some white person putting something out, attaching Mike's name to it. It don't make any sense. And I don't even have an issue with somebody saying Mike believe in being a peaceful person because boxing was a sport to him. But I ain't got no reason to believe that Mike put that up. I'm giving him benefit of doubt until I get some confirmation on that.
Okay, all right, fellas. Like, let's take a look at the screen, sir. I want to. This is the Bowman that Judge Dre was talking about.
Oh yeah,
All
my
right.
Bowman. Oh, I got some links if you need them too. I got the links with him and the knife earlier because he had a
Oh,
knife at people earlier.
okay.
Yeah, see, they don't show that video. You got to find that one.
Oh yeah,
And literally, go so bad, it's on a small channel. Go ahead, though.
yeah. And I found it on Facebook. You know,
Yeah.
the for some reason everything is on Facebook for some reason. So okay, here we go. Let's watch. I think his video is 30. It looks like it's 36 seconds. Yeah.
No, you need to no go to the other one. Don't play that one. Play the other one.
The other one, I don't even know. The other
Yeah,
one is
it's one
up.
that's long. This one it's about a minute. Play that one because that way you can see. Okay, but no, go ahead and play it since you got it up already. But
Well. Let me find that video. Let me find that video then, and then we can, then we'll show it. But Gerald, what's up, man? Thanks for
What's up,
coming to
y'all?
the show.
All
What's up?
right, man. I'm glad you got my message, man. How you brothers doing today?
Oh yeah,
Doing great, doing great. What's up, Gerald?
Making
Well,
it.
listen, I have a different view about this because, hey, I just turned 63, and all my 63 years of life, as I can remember, maybe at 6 years old, this has been going on every fucking year. So my take on it is this wasn't the point to burn shit up. This was the shit not to even reflect. Man, we should have took that motherfucker out, all four of them. Then we should have walked back through life, went to every state, found the cops that took our children, take their asses out, work our way to Louisiana, go all the way.
That's on the that's on the way, brother. That's on the way because
it's on the way.
just on the way.
But the saddest thing is maybe we should have moved like Ghost. We should have moved more strategic instead of burning the shit up. And the sad part about it is that this got George Soros' hands all in it. First, somebody got shot in Georgia. He didn't jump off. Then they got shot in Louisville, Kentucky. That was like, wow, like what the fuck was that about? Then you did this shit right in front of the global world. Trust me, man.
That's war
is like,
declaration. That's war declaration.
right.
People,
That's like
people are detaching themselves from this whole citizenry thing, and they're thinking on their humanity. They're moving as earthlings. It's a human thing that's causing people to bring this out, and it has to be chaotic. It can't be anything that got structure to it. It has to be as organic as the earth is. And we're talking earthquake. We're talking forest fire. We're talking volcano. We're talking hurricane. This is that type of chaotic energy, chaotic creation energy that it needs to have.
I'm not even gonna lie. Look, it didn't happen in my city because I even said I would have done it myself.
Definitely, of course.
I was playing simple. I take one for the team.
But look, check this out though. See, remember though, the pandemic happened and they was getting upset because our asses wouldn't stay in the house because they wanted to give us that conventional, something ID, vaccine ID. They wanted to give us that COVID shit. So they had to find a way so they could pull martial law, push everybody back in the house or take some out and still see if they can push that vaccine on the world. Yo, man, these some bitches really trying to kill us. Serious. This shit runs even deeper than what it is. I just kind of wish this shit was more organized, but then you got Soros putting bricks in front of the CNN building. What the fuck the bricks doing in front of the CNN building? It's like it's a fucking setup. And
it is.
And some people in Minnesota already took pictures of the cops that they know.
Bro, fuck the bricks. Just wait till the niggas start setting the fires. Niggas ain't setting these fires yet.
You're right. They don't realize
that ain't us.
Black people, when we set fires, they don't realize something. When we set fires, when we fuck shit up, we fuck shit up. Think about it. Why don't you just look on YouTube? Look at a woman getting pissed off at her men. If our women can tear up cars like that, imagine what we can do. I mean, no offense. This is why I sit here and laugh at this bullshit there. Because when Trump made that comment, when the looting starts, the shooting starts.
So
and me as a black man, I would say, well, look, we ain't worried about the shooting, motherfucker, because we've been practicing on each other for all this time.
There you go.
Now what?
There you go.
Now what?
Urban
Still-
warfare at its finest.
Still need to get Soros though. I'm just saying.
If we ain't ready for no type of warfare, we're ready for some urban warfare.
Yeah.
They can't. This is the
This ain't the
problem.
jungle. This ain't the jungle. This ain't the desert. What the fuck they think they really finna pull off just because they the police or the government, whatever? Really? You gonna roll over on people like that and make them expendable to the point where they can be prey in the middle of a fucking pandemic and let Peckerwoods get out of pocket, Peckerwoodish, as they, do, when it ain't a pandemic? Oh, okay. So that mean that it's every tribe for themselves. That's what it means.
Well, a lot of people don't know. Well, I mean, plain and simple. We gotta keep the protesting up, and I ain't gonna lie. All the people who should be in jail, we gotta handle that shit ourselves.
Of course.
Yeah, and plain and simple. And this is the problem. You can't protect them all.
Nah.
And this is the beautiful thing. The beautiful thing about this is, if say we wanted to turn on police, period, we can make it to where the policeman will be the world's dangerous job.
It's
Worse
on the
than
way.
crab fishermen, all of that.
It's on the
Well,
way.
honestly, if you really wanted good, because somebody asked me about this earlier, and they was like, well, what do we need to do to actually get this problem solved? I said honestly, what should have happened, and I don't like to wish death on people because of my beliefs of what's gonna happen in the afterlife. So I don't like to wish death on people. But when you get to the point where random people just getting killed, you know what I'm saying, the way we're getting killed, honestly, the best message would have been to kill 4 random cops, put a message on them, say, 4 of y'all killed George. We took 4 of y'all out. We good for now. The next time you take one of us out, we'll take out 4 random y'all. Because my thing is, I know people have said it may sound like crazy to say stuff like that, but my thing is, you got to set the tone that every police officer is at risk when one police officer gets out of pocket.
Definitely.
And what you think will happen as a result? And what you think will happen as a result? Martial
They get
law?
their ass back in pocket. If it got to be martial law, that's what it got to be.
It got to be right. We can fight that too. They can't keep everybody. They can't just keep everybody down.
Nobody's humanity is worth third-class status.
It wouldn't even go that far.
Perpetual third-class status.
No, I'm saying it wouldn't go that far. If every time you had some black person getting killed wrongly, you know what I'm saying, and we responded for every officer that was involved, we're gonna take one officer's life. It wouldn't get to no crazy point. Police officers would decide to not do this stuff because ain't nobody gonna stop them from it, but they will stop themselves because now everybody at risk every time one of them get out of pocket.
Yeah, you take one, like we got to do eye for eye. I tell everybody, a lot of people don't know the reason why tribes and stuff did the eye for eye because it works. This is the problem. Like I sit here, like think about the shit which pisses me off when I hear these protesters or that dumbass bitch from Atlanta talking about, we this is this.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sitting up here. When I said, here's the question. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna choke you out on national TV when all these motherfuckers watching. And you don't want to give me any crime. No offense. It's just this thing. What else could I do other than kill somebody? And y'all sitting up here worried about you mad because the motherfuckers broke windows? Motherfucker, you just killed the man.
Remember,
you mad because I broke a fucking window.
That was a snuff movie.
Yeah,
right.
Thank you.
That's what I said, right.
You know they told her what to say. Come on, you know that.
I know that, but you know what? No. See, this is the problem. This is too. We gotta learn these black people. We gotta start holding them accountable. As soon as you do some bullshit like that and stay up out of line, motherfucker, you one of them. So you can put her ass on the list of houses to get burned down too.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Either you with no. This is the problem. Either you with us or you against us. Ain't no toe in the line between.
That's how it is.
Because every time you sit up here and make an excuse for a fucking murderer, you saying that it's okay. So, motherfucker, you don't realize your dumb ass saying all this dumb ass shit, and now one of these dumb ass motherfuckers go off half-cocked and killed my son because they got reassured by some dumb shit that your dumb ass done said.
There you go.
Well, you're old enough to recognize the paid agents. You're old enough to recognize that shit now.
That don't mean nothing, brother. You keep bringing up stuff that don't mean nothing. This power is finna overrun all of that. These
Right.
motherfuckers.
The money ain't the money can't protect
a
you.
Pandora box of black indignant rage.
I know.
Right, and this is the
I
problem.
know.
The young kids, even if we wanted to stop them, a
It's
lot
not
of them
happening.
ain't gonna listen.
It's not happening.
Because this is what I ain't gonna lie. This is like they say, the chicken's coming home to roost.
That's
This
what it
is the
is.
reason why y'all sit up here and talk all that bullshit when you destroyed the black family. Now the black men had no control over these young boys, and they don't learn how to control their anger, and you don't let them be raised by broads, and now they going off half cocked. That's what you get.
Yeah. But
That's what it
let
is.
Gerald make his point, because I see stuff in a slightly different way myself, and I was gonna give a little pushback, but I want to hear what
Thank
Gerald
you.
gonna say too.
Thank you. Listen, I understand your angle, but as an older person, now fuck burning down the buildings. Let's just play football and go at them. That's all I'm saying. And we
We
don't
don't go
have to
somewhere with that shit, bro. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Hold on, let him say what he gonna say.
listen, let's go at them. I want, instead of the buildings, let's go at their asses. I want them. I don't
You
want
don't
the
think
fucking
going after the buildings is getting
Let-
them?
But let me fit. But remember now, I'm just saying my point. I've seen this over and over and over. It has played over. You know what? Ain't a goddamn thing got accomplished because ain't nobody recognized
Because y'all
Target is
wanted a
not the
piece of
building.
this shit. These young niggas don't want no piece of this shit. They tired of this shit,
Well,
and
I'm
they
not-
don't have no example other than to wreck this motherfucker.
But
And they not gonna end up
remember-
where your generation is talking about the politics.
But remember, dude, I didn't say a goddamn thing about politics.
You keep talking about George Soros.
Nothing
That's
about
politics, man. That's politics.
Dude, that's the orchestra of all of this shit.
No, nigga,
It's
God is the orchestra of all this shit, and God is working through these people.
I'm talking about the chaos.
Fuck these
The
devils.
chaos.
It needs to be chaos. This is divine chaos.
Hey, y'all, come on, come on. This a touchy situation. People gonna get hyped over, but we gotta have a show where people can express themselves. Now, my thing is, Gerald was trying to make some kind of point. My thing is, let's see where the point go before we attack it. That's let me hear what the man had to say.
All I'm saying is, if we're talking about doing what we're doing, let's just go at them. And I'm talking about face to face. Let's go at them. Wherever the chips fall, let them fall. That's all I'm saying. I totally agree. You right, that young generation don't give a fuck. But yo, man, we got to get them. The ones who have done them crimes, we got to touch them motherfuckers. That's all I'm saying. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Somebody got the flow, but I agree with you saying let's go at them.
And after getting the specifics, then
I agree with that. Now listen though. I say this. It's like I said. It's a war with multiple fronts. We need the protesters. We need the looters. And we need, as we say, the people who gonna put in the work.
Exactly.
That plain and simple. You're right. We need to go up and get another group together. The people that's gonna put in the work. The information age. As soon as one of these motherfuckers step out of pocket, before the video get too viral, or no. This is what. As soon as they step out of pocket while they on the beat, somebody say you filming and a cop doing something bad, and somebody come up and blow the two cops away. You just erased the video. I ain't shit.
Question.
I think they did that in Iowa already too. I'm not sure, but I think they got two of them in Iowa. They was shit sitting in their car. Somebody went up and got them.
Right, but I'm just saying it's like this. It's like when George Floyd was being held down by them three. It should have been somebody should have walked up and blew all four of them away. And then what we would do is, hey, everybody, erase the videos on your phone. We got you, brother. We didn't see shit.
You get no argument.
We didn't see nothing now, motherfucker. Find out on your own.
Yep.
Now what? No, I mean in a situation like that, because I actually think at some point in time something like that is gonna actually happen, where a police officer is gonna be abusing his authority. Someone who's what we would call a bystander will see this, and they're going to kill the police officer under self-defense because the police officer is out of the authority that we the people gave them, which now makes him a criminal. And somebody's gonna end up going to court with self-defense over killing a cop. And I hope the jury is smart enough to let the dude off the hook, because we cannot allow cops to do whatever they want. Their job is to serve us and do what they're told. Once they go outside of what they're told, you're now just a criminal, just like anybody else.
Obviously, black people ain't never been in the citizenry to call that type of accountability forward.
I ain't gonna lie. I have the video I want to see. I hate to say something. I am tired of seeing videos of us getting beat up, us
It's
being
done.
drugs planted
It's
on
done.
us. I want to see. I ain't gonna lie.
You
I
know
want to see the
litigation.
video of somebody putting a bullet in one of their heads.
That's
That's
what
the
it's
video
going to
I
have
want.
to be. That's what it's going to turn into. This litigation, these politics, it don't mean shit. Y'all looking at something that was invigorated within the people. This isn't something that's on to die down, just like another hashtag. They saw the subtlety of the snuff film. Do you think people really finna forget that?
And let me make a point real quick. Let me make a point real quick for all y'all's fault, and especially for the ones out there that think that they only pay attention when black men get killed, which is a bunch of horse shit. And the reason why people are so upset is because this moment was caught on video.
Thank you.
That's why. That's why it has nothing to do with it. Doesn't have nothing to do with the competition to see who died worse, the black man or the black woman at the hands of cops.
Dude,
This shit right here is happening right now because of all of it.
Mhm.
George Floyd was just so blatantly bad.
Yep.
Like it was horrible looking. It got under everybody. It's just like, and people are tired of this shit. I don't like look, let me get something straight with y'all. I don't care who speaks up on it or you know, whatever. It's the shit's wrong. The shit's wrong. And some need to happen. Some gotta give.
And it ain't gonna be nothing balanced.
I mean, because when we do it, because when we do it peacefully, we get killed.
That's it.
Shit.
Ain't no peace.
There were Black Lives Matter activists in Ferguson around, you know, the unrest in Ferguson that were getting killed. You know, they suppressed them stories really fast. You know,
King D.
It's gonna take more, and I'm gonna say this: it's gonna take more than a president walking in a church singing "Amazing Grace."
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. God damn it. Say it again.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this because I didn't know about the cops who got killed in Iowa, but what they should have done was just simply left a message said, here's two for George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Now see, if you kill the cops and you put the message on there, now it's gonna hit strong. You know what I'm saying? But right now it's just okay. Some random cops it's got to be a message saying these were for George. You know
So
what I'm saying?
it already started then. I didn't know that.
I think that's what the message is already. I think that's what the message is already. Yeah. Cops are getting hurt out there. Yeah. And this like I said, this ain't. It's like, even though George Foreman was the straw that broke the camel's back, quite frankly, because you had let me put it like this: you had Breonna Taylor, you had Ahmaud Arbery, you had a Tatiana Jefferson. Now this is all recent, and you had Adrian Medeiros. You heard of Adrian Medeiros?
No. What city?
This was, I think, in Dallas, Texas. I think it was in Texas. Adrian Medeiros was a gospel singer, a 48-year-old gospel singer. And the cop was like, "Oh, he was reaching for my taser, so I had to do what I had to do." They always reaching for something. He was drunk. He was. They saying he was drunk. He felt like his life was. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
So.
Why you pulling that up? I just want to say they always got this story about how these Negroes are super brave all of a sudden. Now, black people are just immune to bullets. We gonna just grab for guns and all kind of nonsense. And my thing is, again, I don't even like to see or hear about people getting killed. But my thing is, at the end of the day, what you expect? What we supposed to do at this point?
It's got to move on that. It's got.
Well, my thing is, we all want to breathe.
I was gonna say Richard Pryor made a joke about it. About I'm reaching into my pocket for my wallet. Before social media, this has been going on. I've seen it. I know friends, cousins, who lost their fathers this way. I always say, how long must this bullshit go on? I guess now it's going to stop. I'm still saying, get the motherfuckers who got their hand in the cookie jar. You want to play? Let's play. Let's play. Simple as that. And then the fucked up part is, it's like Rodney King. The world will follow. That's a dude told me this years ago. He said everybody waits on the black man to stand up. When the black man stands up, the damn world and the oppressed stands up. I hear they even doing this shit over in Iran, and they're pissed off over there about this shit over here. So the world is
Yeah,
pissed off. That's what I'm saying.
The type of move that you're talking about takes a strategy
True.
of understanding I guess you could say the traditional aspect of having such an enemy. That the thinkers are going to be doing that, but the larger part are not the thinkers. The larger part are the reactioners. The reactioners is going to be chaotic. They're not going to be systemized with it until probably like once they get started, probably like maybe a month and a half, 2 months after that. Then that's when those moves start coming. But in the beginning, it must be released the fucking dogs of war. That's the beginning of this shit.
Yeah, and here is yet another reason why this unrest will probably continue when all the details of this one comes out. Adrian Medeiros, you see that right there? Okay, the headline is family responses. Acevedo, how they pronounce, I don't know, but details shooting that killed gospel artist Adrian Medeiros. Okay, now all right, let's just read up a little bit. Family of a Houston man fatally shot by police called him a talented gospel recording artist on the rise. Moments before police chief Art, whatever his name is, on Monday held a press conference to break down the video of the deadly struggle. Adrian Medeiros, 48. Okay, this is Adrian. Yeah, 48 years old. Let me damn. Where is the more details? Like, they always cut these articles short. But I'm just trying to let me see.
So black men can't sit at the crib and eat ice cream. We can't play as parks in the chill. If we're children, we can't play in the park, and now we can't sing gospel.
Yep.
See, it's just too ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that we can't do is just too ridiculous. And if you put people in a box, it is, you know what I'm saying? It's their natural right and to go to try to survive. This is just black people trying to survive at this
Yep.
point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's earthling stuff. This ain't citizen stuff. And the
Yep.
thing is, some of y'all thinking like citizens. You Sheik 1906 and the brother in here, I think y'all thinking like citizens. And this ain't got shit to do with citizenry.
Oh, I see what's happening. The dumbass, you reach your article limit. Like, man, you're just trying to keep me from seeing this shit.
You know what's up. You know what's up.
Yeah, because it explained like they blocking up the part where it says how the cop explained it, and that's some bull crap. So I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna search for the information elsewhere. Then we can still continue this conversation. But the point is, man, the shit's ridiculous. How dangerous? How much of a threat could this gospel singer have posed to this cop?
Well, think about it. Now he was probably telling black people to unite.
Yep. Like the brother in Minnesota throwing Malcolm X under the bus, and he stated in quote, "I'm trying to do this the Martin Luther King way." This brother had tried to have a peaceful march, and then they decided to drive a tanker down the middle of a highway where a crowd was. Now, the first thing I thought about, like, wow, they put a gas tanker, which one bullet can just blow it up. Sometimes
I thought that too when I saw it. I was thinking,
that's why I say I hear you with the spiritual thing, but you gotta move like a ghost, man.
This ain't spiritual, bro. This ain't spiritual. This is just human. This is just human. This is how humans do. They protect themselves. This is an earthling shit. Anything you put your hand in a bird nest, that motherfucker finna peck you. So what do you so what the bird finna do? These strategy how it moves around you. What it's gonna do? Peck you in the shoulder, peck you in the ear, try to peck you in the eye. It's getting you off of its family.
Yeah, well, let me say this, because it made me think of when Toussaint Lowe overtook to a beat Napoleon's bitch ass. The first thing he said, shit, we got to get rid of these motherfuckers' spirituality, which I guess it was voodoo, which I guess it means unity to kick somebody's ass. I don't know what it is. I just know we need to go at them. I put it in my way that we need to go at them.
That's going to happen, bro. That's what has to happen. You can't be on defense. So if you are not on defense, what does that leave you? Offense. Then offensive, they need targets. Who the fuck is the target for our offensive movement? And based
Shit,
off of
pigs,
our offensive movement, off of what?
pigs,
We know who it is.
pigs.
Everybody know who it is. Every time something happened, everybody got to say, "Oh, not all of them." Some motherfucker is coming through and caping for the 2-3 pack of woods that they know or whatever. Same thing with the pigs. Oh, not all of them. Get the fuck out of here, niggas ain't hearing that. This is EBK. Get down to bow down. Get down to get laid down. That's how this shit is. They make the situation like this.
And them Peckerwoods got the weapons and they ready to fight too. And they ain't talking about fighting us. They tired of the shit too. Everybody
got shit to do with guns. Look what niggas using. Niggas using fire. These motherfuckers ain't finna shoot no motherfucking blaze.
Everybody's tired.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody's tired. Every fucking body's tired. That's all I'm saying. Everybody's tired. Everybody. They tired.
Hey, we sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to say this. Say this. They're not going, like, plain and simple. The people setting fires, go right ahead. I mean, they can't put them all out.
No.
So basically, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I was telling you, they need to set more of them. Why is that? Because then they'll sit up here and say, "Well, wait a minute. We can't police all these people.
Nope.
We can't keep all these fires out."
Nope.
I mean, and I'm not like this. Keep it to the businesses. I hate to say that. Try not to do homes, but keep it to the businesses. Right.
Hey, but you know,
the residents.
Can I say this? Can I say this? Can I say this? I'm gonna slightly disagree with Gerald just a little bit, but I'm gonna be calm about it. It's less about spirituality and more about mindset. It's about mindset. Like we got to get past the bullshit mindset, basically. And what it's gonna take to get the kind of shit that Dre and Rogish is gonna get wants to do is we gonna have to get past this bullshit mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Because if we don't get past that, we're gonna kill ourselves from the inside anyway, and they're gonna win anyway. So
or they're gonna zombify the people and make them slave-minded anyway.
This slave-minded nigga bullshit that I keep
death either way.
Let's go into this for a second. This little slave-minded shit. This little y'all shouldn't do this, y'all shouldn't do that. You know, let's talk about this for a second. Just saying spirituality means Gerald. Spirituality means let's get down as one. Oh, okay. So you're thinking as a what? Gerald, you're on the panel.
Yeah, that's what I mean. All of us on the You understand what I'm saying? I'm basically talking about warfare. Whatever it is, I just labeled it as shit. If you can get at least 1,000 of us on the same page, that is dangerous. That is fucking dangerous, man.
Look up Grandmaster J, homie. The NFAC, not fucking around coalition.
Let me see.
Whatever, man.
Let me read this statement I put up on the screen from Chic 1906. Thanks for offering all your input. The hood only sees the low-level soldiers. This is being orchestrated, like Gerald said. Okay, how do y'all take that statement right there? The hood only sees.
They put that statement up because he was agreeing with Gerald in the aspect of this being orchestrated and Gerald Soros and all that other shit, and they're not understanding that people have been differently inspired through this. It has nothing to do with who is in control because their control is not finna matter soon. This is the thing you're not understanding. Y'all talking about don't get at the structures or whatever. What does white supremacy have to feed its people when it don't have the infrastructure?
Right.
So
what's so bad is too that will force. I'm not gonna lie. You disrupt the economy enough that will force because this is what happens here. A lot of people say, well, you burning down the business, this, that, and the other. Well, you're going to suffer too. Yeah, we realize that in war, you're going to suffer. I mean, You're not going to have the creature comforts of life. But the problem is this. Why you burning down the businesses and making other people suffer, that's what are the people going to do? The people are going to go, well, wait a minute, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I listen to the government. But y'all fuck it up and they made a particular part of the system turn against them.
Yes.
So basically, we're hurting because of you fucking up. So that's going. Even the people that don't want to join the fight will sit up here and be arguing at the government because they'll say, "Wait a minute.
No,
If
I'm
it
being
wasn't for you treating these people like shit, they wouldn't be doing this."
Hey, let
exactly.
me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. Okay, say we armed up. Say we got ready for this fight. Say we put. Okay, what is there to guarantee that this is not going to turn into like the other side of Micah X situation? Now, let me explain that. You know, when Micah X supposedly started raining bullets down on the crowd, and you know, we know today that he was aiming for the police. What did all those people with guns do?
None of them helped out. None of them helped out.
Nope. Not
No,
motherfucking
they ran behind cars. They ran like, you know, they ran like, you know, they always bragged about, oh, we need to carry our guns. This is the day we, you know, this,
Huh?
you know, we don't
Huh?
want them to get us. We got to arm up. And the second they ran into some kind of trouble, boom, there it was.
Because you talking about the conscious community. The conscious community ain't about shooting at cops. The conscious community is about doing demonstrations. This isn't this conscious community. Look, this is the thing.
That was the conscious community out there.
Black people, the conscious community, ultimately, black people never wanted revolution. They wanted relief. And those are the revolutionaries who made up the conscious community. Those people just looking to be peaceful within the structure like everybody else. Now people saying, fuck the structure. These are people who ain't got no goddamn training of this is how you talk to police, so you make sure you respect them so they don't blah, 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 blah. Fuck that. They like, nah, bah. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is this what it is? Because that's what they doing to each other. So that's why I told Sheik 1906, watch what the hood do. You notice the hood ain't killing each other as they have been? Y'all notice that?
Now, I got. You know that they found out the driver of that truck.
Word.
I just put the link in the script in the box there. They got a video and they released who the driver is.
Yeah, and all the hood know is bow. So who the fuck do you think is really finna be reached at that subtle surface, sentimental level of subtlety where that Peckerwood choking that brother out like that? For 9-10 minutes. What do you think you're saying at the goddamn camera for 9-10 minutes when you're on yourself by yourself alone watching that shit? Was you quiet?
I will say
your
this.
motherfucking thing. You like, nah, hey, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? You wilding the fuck out. That shit is trauma. That shit is paradigm shifting.
You don't wild out. You just take them out.
No. I'm talking about within. I'm talking about within.
Okay. Yeah, it does make you. But I get you. I do.
Cause I'm a Grim Reaper too, bro. So I understand exactly where you're coming from. Cause this is straight up sick made.
But see, but one thing, there's two things though. Your young energy is definitely needed. But I like that solid long distance, like pew, just don't hear it. Just get you on to the next.
Yeah,
like
I'm more of a joker. I want to see some joker shit. I got some angst. I got a little bit of blood rush that I've been needing to release since motherfucking second, third grade. You know what I'm talking about?
Now you want to hear something funny? Sure. You know the truck driver who drove that truck, right? On the interstate today, right?
Yes.
They didn't already charge him with assault.
Oh, word.
Who would do some?
Now, wait a minute. This happened a couple of hours ago when this motherfucker got charged.
Wait a minute. Fill me in. What truck driver are we talking about?
Well, that was
the one who drove the truck over the bridge that was closed when they were protesting on the highway.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know
what's so
about
bad is he was an independent contractor, but even the news said they were giving conflicted stories. He was an independent contractor, Dagan Verchachov, whatever it is, however you pronounce that. Bogdan Verchachov.
Now, this is what I'm saying. They knew they were marching. They knew that the cops already knew they had this already planned. And
so
all of a sudden, you just gonna open up the barriers and let that goddamn truck in there like that? Come on, man. That was by design. We ain't that dumb. We ain't that dumb.
How many people did he hit?
Well,
I think one.
It didn't hit anybody.
I think one got adjusted, clipped. You know what I mean? Yeah.
She got clipped.
No, that's not the clip. That's the news story. You can play it if you want.
No. I'm saying
it starts at about it starts at about the 58-second mark. So start there if you play the video.
Oh, you're talking about the link that you put in. I'll put that in a second. But
yeah, that's what it starts at 101. If you wanted to know the exact 101.
One on one. Okay, all right. But just
Go and do that.
before I do that, take a look at the screen.
Why you doing that, dog?
Oh. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Right? Look, we should be hugging them all day, and while we putting a knife in their back. Because I ain't gonna lie, if that would have been if he would have been my family member, I would have requested that we drop the charges, this, that, and the other. I'd have been like, no, here. This I would have been talking. I'd be like, no, here, we're gonna bring the cop up. He's in front of the newscasters. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, my cousin was such a bad person. And he was doing all, so I agree. As soon as I got close to him, I pulled out my gas and blew his brains away. I'd have just done that just to get close to him.
For real.
Like, yeah, see, I was lying. Nah, I killed him.
Man, I don't mean to make jest of Botham John's death, but I swear to God, man, if that'd have been me, that'd have been dead and shit. I'd have walked into that courtroom and been like, "Nigga, please."
Right,
for real.
Like serious, dog. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And
no,
I mean,
that would have been. I ain't gonna lie. If you would have been my family member and got on, I hate that for this dumbass. I would have beat the shit out of his ass when we got out that courtroom.
I'm dead anyway. I'm gonna kick your motherfucker. I'm just like,
I would have beat the shit out of his ass. Talking about you hugging that woman that killed your boy.
Good God. It's like I just don't like, I'm a believer in something higher than me. Maybe, Roger might disagree with it, but I don't think that forgiving motherfuckers that cross you and kill you is gonna get you this free ticket into heaven or something. Like I just don't fucking think so.
That's part of the brainwashing, though. See, this is the thing. Say if, just give an example. Say if a black person kills a white person's family member, and that white person's family member goes off and kills the black person for killing his white person's family member. Now, when he goes to court, they'll look at it as, oh, he was, what do they call it? Where you temporary insanity, all of those other defenses will be, and he didn't know what he was doing at the time, this, that, and the other. You understand what I'm saying? They can pull that. That don't work with us.
Word.
I mean, if that was, I ain't even gonna lie. If there was ever a case for black people to pull temporary insanity, that was one of them. That was another one. This one right here is another one. This one, you know what I mean? It's so many cases where I ain't gonna lie. When black people, we gonna start pulling the temporary insanity.
Yeah. Hey. Well, let me say this, because temporary insanity only works if you do something at that moment. If you have any time to say they say no, but this is the thing. If it's like this particular photo, if he did something in that courtroom, it's automatically gonna be premeditated. I'm not saying black people should learn how to use temporary insanity. I'm just saying. Well, yeah. I'm just saying.
There you go.
Bro, I'm just trying to make sure the audience don't misconstrue what's being said. Right. That's all I'm trying to do.
That'd have been dope if you walked up and put her in the guillotine.
No, but if you would have walked up while those 4 cops went on him and shot all 4, man, I saw him. I didn't know what the hell I was thinking. I was just trying to save. I wasn't thinking right. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oops.
No, I don't think that's temporary insanity. What that is self-defense. Once a police officer goes outside of the law, he is now just another citizen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He was fine when he was doing his job, but once you go outside the yard, if you kill him, that's self-defense, because you have, as a human, you have a right to protect yourself and other humans.
That's
period.
fair.
So my thing is, you don't need temporary insanity for that one. And people need to know and understand that. And if you ever are lucky enough to be on the jury and somebody did that, and one of our people is on trial, you need to have that understanding. Any human can protect another human when someone is doing something wrong to him. Here, even if it's a cop.
That's true.
Yeah, and just for what you were saying earlier, Kev. I know our belief systems ain't quite the same, but I do believe you can be punished and forgiven. You can have both. You see what I'm saying? You can forgive somebody, but that don't necessarily mean you ain't got to punish them either. You see what I'm saying? And even God Himself has told people to go kill people. So in my
Of course. Thank you.
so in my honest belief, people always say, well, the Bible say, thou shalt not kill. I always reference people to the part where when they translated what Jesus said, it say thou shalt not murder. Now, if God told people to go kill people, then obviously He never told anybody thou shalt not kill. Now, I do believe He said thou shalt not murder. So if it's a murder, you did it for no reason. Okay, I get it. Like what that cop did, that was a murder. Now, black folks going to war with police officers, Gerald said, two white officers got killed in Iowa. Is that really murder, or is that them at war? Because
That's
if
war.
they're at war, it sounds like it's just a kill to me.
Exactly. Exactly.
But you do know they trying to keep it off the media, but it did come out on YouTube. They said in some places cops are getting shot at. That's
Of
why they
course.
really mad.
Good.
That's happening.
That's
And
a natural reaction, though.
It
That's
is,
the thing.
it is.
People shouldn't be
All
surprised
right,
at
all right,
that.
Dre. All right, Dre. I got the video now. I got the video queued up.
Let's
Say-
go.
Oh well, no, I'm just saying. On that, yeah. One of the things is this. The problem is this: you can't believe the news because
True.
they don't realize they done fucked up. And see, if you ever notice, the news has totally flipped the script. Where normally they were always on the police side, this, that, and the other. Where they realize they know that now you seem like they always, and they realize that hey, shit doesn't hit the fan.
It's too late.
Now that they're not going as far as they normally go.
It's too late.
Well, they
Yeah, it's
didn't
too late,
expect
but I'm
the
just
reaction
saying.
to last this long. This is a week-long reaction of what's been going on. You see what I'm saying? Because I know this is going further because, like I said, I wasn't even paying attention to the news because you know what I'm saying. Because I spent so much. I was basically not even paying attention to the news. So this has been going on a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't dying down. It seemed to be picking up steam. So nobody expected, niggas to go this long. Those niggas gonna calm down in a minute. Because if they really didn't think we were gonna calm down, they'd have been and picked up the other 3 officers at this point, and they still haven't done it, to my understanding. So
Ooh, they ain't.
they waiting on them to calm down.
What they waiting on?
Well, I think that they're gonna pull a prop. No, but this is what I think they're gonna do. They're gonna get together with the news people and they're gonna try to spin the story that everything is calming down.
Okay.
Because they don't realize, they realize this on a verge of exploding, so they're gonna try to calm the people down.
So they think it got something to do with
Well,
Minnesota only.
Nope.
And if people find out they killing cops, then that's gonna give other folks the idea. Yeah, we should kill some cops. And of course they don't want that type of word spreading.
It's too late. That's taking a hand from the stove. That's taking a hand from the hot stove. Get the fuck out of here. This is gangster shit. They put themselves into this.
All right, guys.
Stop saying cops. Stop saying police. They're no longer that. That's been dissolved.
All right, guys. All right, Dre. All right, I got this video pulled up. Dre, still there?
I'm here. I thought you wanted me to listen.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
You the one. It's your show. You the narrator.
I'm just saying. I was. They were in the conversation.
When I host the show, I'll narrate. When you host, you narrate.
Yeah, I know. I got it. I got you. But you put this link in the chat, so All right.
No, I was just showing you that's the driver's name. They pulled him out the car and beat the shit out of his ass too.
Yeah, but I think it's important to watch.
Very, very peaceful. And then this happened. A semi drove right into a crowd there. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. We still haven't been able to find out what exactly had happened because
That's a setup.
the Department of Public Safety, the state had shut down the highways. They originally were planning on doing that at around 8 o'clock. So they started earlier, 3 hours earlier, 5 o'clock, because they said that they wanted to make the highways a little bit safer for the peaceful protesters, for them to be able to walk across.
We can let you know who was driving that semi.
Wait a minute, they didn't kill him?
Verchinko. He's charged with assault from right now. We understand he's from Ohio. The company is from Ohio. He, I think, had a Minnesota address.
Yes.
The company says that he was an independent contractor. There are a lot of conflicting reports exactly trying to figure out.
Jen can help us out with that.
Oh, so happy you're here, Jen.
Okay.
Bogdan Verchinko.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he looked like he got his ass whooped. Looked like they didn't.
Well,
It really looked like they didn't do enough, though. I think he should really be. They should have did.
Comrade, why
Here's
would
a
you do
question.
such a thing, comrade?
No, Kevin, wait a minute. Let me say this. This is just goes to prove. I thought that black people were so far in fear of life. Now, see, you almost kill 100 of us, and we still don't kill your ass.
Still ain't dead. Still ain't
See,
dead.
that goes to show that we have the possession. We just give you a good ass whipping because they figured it probably could have been a mistake, so they ain't gonna kill you.
That's how you know. That's how you know that. No, that's how you know they don't have soldiers out there. That's how. This is why people ain't really going at the pigs like that. People, real soldiers ain't finna go active until the National Guard get active with bodies. Once they get active, then that's when the veterans are going to be obligated. Right now, it's just citizens.
He tried to plunge into a crowd of people with a fucking semi, with an 18-wheeler.
No. The company isn't also in the chat said no. The company that is owned in Ohio. But they're owned by a company in Ohio. They say he has a Minnesota address. But they were saying they're getting a lot of conflicting reports, so you don't know what the fuck is going on.
Of course. The company don't want to be associated with the guy, but as Kev just said, he ran a semi-truck into a crowd of people. That's automatically attempted murder on multiple counts. Plus, my thing is, my first reaction to seeing this, as soon as his mug shot, I guess this is, he got put on the screen. My thing is, he looked too good. First of all, he should be dead. That's number one. Yeah. He should be dead. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then, for a mug shot, he should at least have a pumpkin head. If you're gonna let him live, he should at least
look
have
how quick he was charged.
Facts.
Look how quick he was charged.
Staged.
Gerald, man, he should be dead. I know. I'm sorry. He should be charged to the morgue.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. I agree, but how the fuck he get on that road if it's supposed to be roadblock? Something ain't right with that shit.
Yeah, right. This is the thing. Even if it was roadblock, this nigga didn't notice he was the only truck on the road.
See what I'm saying? He didn't have a black eye. Something ain't right with that.
Look, they playing with it. They playing with it and they're stoking the flame. This is beautiful.
No. Cause see, it's you always hear this little bullshit like these people all saying, "Oh, they block up the roads nominally, I'm gonna run them over." Now, that's not even the only instance of a vehicle plunging into a crowd. There was there was like, let me see if I can even find it. There was a cop cars that a couple of cop SUVs.
I think it's got two of them in New York.
In New York,
and Minnesota.
And de Blasio defended it.
It also happened in Toronto.
Well, my thing is this was a.
Go ahead.
I was just saying this was an obvious setup. That's why, in my opinion, the fact that he's alive is a problem because this was an obvious setup. That's all I was saying.
And look at the chill in his face.
No, and I agree.
Look at the chill in his face. He's not foreign to doing, you know what I'm saying, sad shit.
Mm-hmm. Like a fucking Russian, really.
He is Russian. You can just look at the name, tell he's Russian. He might be, you know what I'm saying, affiliated or some shit. Look at that. That's a soldier's look. That's not a fucking truck driver of a citizen or something. Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't know what I was doing. Oops. That shit don't say no motherfucking oops. That's a fucking soldier.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was assigned to do that.
Do you want the link? Do you want the link to the cop car ones? I got them too if you want.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yes. Let's
look for the one it happened in Toronto, and I think they also threw a lady who was special needs off like the 24th floor. Yeah, they kind of ride in Toronto too. So this shit.
Here's the link. This one here is to the cop car in New York. Here. That's the cop car in New York is one that plays that one.
Somebody told me they got riots going in South Africa over this.
And that's what they don't want. The world always follows suit. Imagine when they follow suit with this. Look, I'm letting y'all know 2020 is the last year. That's when this shit is finna fall worldwide. They done fucked up and put some hip-hop type of expansion energy in this shit. The world is feeling this shit. It ain't just us. So anything we do is finna get backed up by the entire fucking world. So don't punk out. Now you can wild the fuck out, do whatever the fuck you need to do because the world is as outraged as we is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You said it.
Fuck the politics. This ain't got shit to do with politics, bro. This is big. This is larger than us, homie.
Well, like I said earlier, even if you're a white supremacist, you're supposed to go to this dude and be like, "Nah, bro, you just went too far. We got to kill you." You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nowhere around this. We're gonna have to kill you. Now look, I'm gonna leave you on the police force so your wife can collect some, but you got to die.
Charvin, what the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do, Charvin? Can you imagine the tongue lasher? They was like, what the fuck you do, bro?
I can't imagine the tongue lash. All I can see is you putting him in the room, like, bro, you went too far. We gonna have to kill you. There's no getting around it.
Fuck, Charvin, you're fucking it up for everyone.
But did y'all notice that in all three situations, the cops was dirty? In all three situations,
in all of them,
dirty. I mean, this is just a consistent though, like right across the board, like Louisville, Georgia, and Minnesota.
All right, guys, I got the protecting and service footage up. Okay, y'all can see that fine on the screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
That's what.
Oh, and you see them white people.
Oh, he nudged them. But you know what? They could be playing it there though. They could be playing it there to take that. They could be playing it there to take that hit. You know, as far as
no,
the
but
nudge,
I'm saying it's like this. This is the problem. They could be playing it there or not, but it still does. To me, it doesn't
make
help
them
their
look
cause
good.
at all.
No,
If anything, it just brings more people to our side.
Yes, and the thing is, they're spending all of their cars. They got bad dominoes, cuz. They got nothing but bad dominoes. These motherfuckers then came to the table with 4 doubles. And they gotta play them shit. And it ain't happening.
4 doubles.
We finna lock this bitch up, cuz. And them motherfuckers finna be washing dishes, bitch. Who got it down next, motherfucker? What it is.
I ain't gonna lie. Look. I'm to me is this. They just need to. If I was running everything, we just got to disband the whole justice system. Got to be all disbanded and done. Look back up. And I ain't gonna lie. 50% got to be black and 50% white. That's what we got to do off the rip. We got to disband everything. Police, the judges, courts, all that shit got to be gone because that's the only way you're gonna get any public trust back.
Yeah.
Because you just got to get rid of them all. Unfortunately, it's to the point like this. We don't even, if you were a cop, you can't even apply for the job again. You got to go to another field. We're going to get all new people. I'm sorry. It's just what it is because the system has no trust in it.
No, cops
and then some good people going to get caught up in it. But this is the problem. People say, well, a lot of good people lose their job. Well, no offense, they ain't that good if they stood around and watch their other coworkers do bad shit.
Yep, a lot of good people lost their life.
Yeah.
Right. I said so plain and simple. You can't play when it comes to you worried about somebody being mad because they lost their job. You can't play when you taking someone's livelihood away. And I sit here and laugh because I'll be the first one down there. People say, you talking all this shit, Judge, would you die? If they said, nigga, we burning down your suburb when you in. Well, shit, motherfucker, I'm so with y'all, we can start it at my house.
Yeah.
Now to go to show you, if you say if this going to help the movement, we can start at my house. Now,
you a motherfucker.
I said, now how many people going to volunteer we can do my house first? I mean, but this is the part it's going to take that because I realize to get something done, we're going to have to sacrifice. Some people going to sacrifice their life. Some people going to sacrifice their freedom.
Yes.
Some people going to sacrifice their property.
True.
Yes.
Well, I'm just saying that I appreciate your spirit, but I know starting at your house ain't gonna get the job done. We're gonna have to pick out the right white person and start at their house. Hold on, brother. I just want to let the people hear what I'm saying, brother. We got to pick out the right white person and start at their house if we really want to send that message. That's you know what I'm saying. But I mean, I appreciate the fact that you would start at your house, but that ain't the house we want. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
but I ain't gonna lie. We don't. The houses ain't gonna do nothing. You really want to fuck with them. You fuck with them the most by doing the businesses. Because you ever notice in all of this shit when they say, "Well, the businesses don't do," no, motherfucker. The businesses are the ones that pay the most taxes.
You know what? Burn up everything that
with
them
the
motherfuckers
businesses.
was protesting to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? All the businesses that them motherfuckers was protesting, that's what I want. Burn them motherfuckers down. They be protesting the motherfuckers.
I'm sorry.
No,
At some point,
black people, we should already know. Black people, they talk about, well, if they burn everything down, you gonna suffer too. No offense, motherfucker, we already suffering. What's the difference? We just leveling out the playing field.
But the thing is, we got the highest creativity, so suffering is nothing for us. We'll be out of that soon.
Right.
All right, y'all. Let Cam try to say something.
Motherfucker.
Cam,
We not
Cam trying to
hurting our
say
people.
something.
We setting them free.
Judge, this Cam show. He trying to say something now. Come on.
Oh, I didn't hear.
I don't know. Yeah, we get so ahead of ourselves because this is emotional times right here. This really is, and you know, there's people out there sick and tired of being sick and tired. Now the footage I showed you of the cops like plunging to the crowd, like this was Jackass 3.5 or Jackass Part 4 or something.
Wow.
The mayor of New York justified the cops plunging into the crowd. Mayor Bill de Blasio. Now here's Bill de Blasio picture here with his family. All right. So let me ask y'all a question. What do y'all see on that screen? Do y'all see racial unity?
No, what I see, honestly, my first thought is he's still white.
Thank you.
I'm keeping it real.
It's not he white. They adopted that motherfucker. That's what I see. That's what it looked like. It's like they adopted a Drummond.
No. My thing is, if he tried to say anything in defense to the cops going into a crowd, at the end of the day, I see him still as a white man. He's still white. I don't care who he's standing next to. He's still white.
Well, him and young Sean King up there, like I'm telling you.
hey, slave owners had babies with slaves. He's still white.
Oh, okay. You saying Sean King is still white? That's what I heard.
No. I'm talking about De Blasio, whatever you say his name is.
Mayor Bill de Blasio.
At the end of the day, if a slave owner can have a baby with a slave and put his own kid out there in the field, you can't tell me nothing based on who you stand next to a white man. If he justifying cars going into crowds, he's still white at the end. That's what I see. I don't even see the rest of him. I see he's still white.
Speaking of slavery,
how the fuck did they get together? How the fuck is that a match? Look at this shit.
Well, no, a lot of times it's this. I guess a lot of people don't know. I know a lot of people who have been in interracial relationships, and I've heard some women come out and tell me after the fact that they've dated like white men who were racist, but they like to fuck black women. So that is quite like literally. So wait a minute, you dating a white man and you heard him call other black people nigga, and that didn't bother you.
Yeah, that's like Monster
Ball. As long as he wasn't calling at me, I was like, whoa.
Like Monster's Ball.
She's trying to feel
good. She's trying to feel good.
Yeah. You ain't no man till you dip into a little cocoa. Like that kind of deal.
No, I mean,
or
my thing is, I'm trying to drive a point home here because this is real. They used to put their own kids in slavery. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, nobody verbalized it that way. But when you had a baby with a slave, that baby was considered black, and you put your own kid in the field.
Well,
he's still white.
I mean, but they did at least teach him how to read, right? Because his daddy or whatever, they're like, we'll teach him how to read 4 words. They did something. Yeah.
So I mean, like, what?
I ain't trying to. People used to put their children in the field, man.
No, but this is the problem. This is the problem that you got to realize, and this is the thing that I still try to tell everybody. Everybody thinks white people, they got this propaganda thing that white people are such good people. No offense. The first people that came over here with Columbus and all like them, those were people who weren't wanted in the original country. I mean, who's going to go to another place and set up a structure? The first people to go to a new infrastructure is always the worst. It's the hardest because you got nothing. You got to build everything from scratch.
Right.
These people were the rejects. The reason why they got everything is because this is the fact is this: us black people need to start playing by their rules. Their
Yeah.
rules is this: we'll lie, cheat, steal, or kill to get what we want.
All right, okay,
And that's what they do. And when you try to take any one of those four off the table against your enemy who will lie, cheat, steal, or kill to get what they want,
It just can't become our character. The thing is, we have to see that as tools to utilize, but
Right.
it just can't become our character because it's their character.
That's their character, right? But you can't fight a war against them without adopting their rules.
Right.
You got to beat them at their own game.
You gotta talk to them language they understand.
Right.
All right, y'all. All right, okay, we're getting like a little late in the show. I want to talk about a couple more things. What do y'all think about them criminalizing George Floyd? Sorry.
Worst thing they could ever do.
Like criminalizing, but it's not. We know that the white supremacist media normally does this. They'll criminalize the victim.
They didn't have a step higher though for him. They couldn't make something else up that's a little bit more, extravagant than just, oh, he's just a run-of-the-mill criminal. After you snuffed this nigga out, it didn't even credit him. They're so accustomed to it. It wasn't a different murder to them.
Yeah.
But what about
different?
What about this? Okay, what about the I would say the influencer, the viral black women on social media who condemned him for his criminal record. Even one is to go into far and to say that he assaulted a pregnant woman. I'm not bringing this up because I'm not trying to criminalize the man, because the man is the victim. George Floyd is a victim, and the underlying part that y'all have to remember is, like, he still got killed in one of the most brutal ways that anyone can get killed, and it was under some racist context. So it's like I'm tired of this bullshit where we criminalize these people just to find a way to not support them. Now, granted, what I think about these few little girls that did it, I'm not going to call them women. I'm not going to even call them black women, because it's pretty obviously they're ashamed to be black and they hate being black, and that's all I'm going to chalk it up to. But it's like, does it really matter what he did in his past as long as he tries? As long as he tries to change, it goes back to this little. I mean, I know the little black man hate, and I really hate people when people say, and some of us, like, I don't disrespect everybody that has this notion, but I really hate the whole bullshit thing. Like, they say that black men create YouTube channels, and move in social media movements just to hate black women, and they gain much momentum real quick. The ones that are made, the platforms that are made by the women, get way more momentum much quicker. And and I'm talking about they be on the worst black man hate shit. I saw a broadcast last week. Several women on black man hate shit. They had nearly 1,000 people watching that shit. I'm not knocking the hustle. Nah, I don't knock the hustle. Whatever.
It's
Whatever
a culture with them, but it's a culture with them, but it's a barbershop of actually dropping game and learning. Like, they don't learn from them spaces that they're in. Our spaces that we create is learning spaces.
Sure is.
I mean, but they will say that we're the ones that are I catch that shit all the time. We're the ones that's the hateful ones. We're the ones that's causing all the division. But you know what? We never said that because of what some black woman said somewhere that we weren't going to support Breonna Taylor.
Fuck no.
Let me say this, because this needs to be said. At the end of the day, you can always find a black person dumb enough to say what white people want. And if you run that narrative, you are a white supremacist at the end of the day, and you're trying to protect the plantation. That's all that comes down to.
Yeah, that's that slave nigga shit.
I don't care what George Floyd did in his past. None of that got to do with his stop, and none of that got to do with him being killed. So it doesn't. It's irrelevant to this situation, and I'm not gonna say for any reason that somebody has any kind of criminal past. It's okay to do a modern day lynching to them. I'm not cool with that. Period. And then whoever said that, you know what I'm saying? When something bad happened to you, you know where it came from.
Well, you
Because
know,
You got to understand something. Black women's blackness is separate from the blackness of black people to them.
yeah.
Our blackness isn't like that. Our blackness is attached to black people, but due to them detaching themselves due to their whole gender aspect, well, they know they can't interact with just gender. So the blackness plays a part, but they have to create a construct, a mental construct around their blackness in those spaces where they prefer to be. And that's around, you know what I'm saying, white folks and, you know, corporate America and all that old shit. So they play that blackness up, and they play that blackness up to us as if we're a different type of black person to the United States.
Right.
All right,
Well, this is the thing with women.
They're completely
I'll
schizophrenic.
say this real quick. With the thing with women, men look at it as, when we say we black, we look at it as all black people.
Exactly.
But women say, yeah, we black, but they look at it as women first and then black people.
Right.
Yeah, that gender first crap. Like,
Right.
like
Basically.
I've said I say it like this: this gender war is so important to some of you motherfuckers. Like, you know, and also I'll say this: it's not a gender war until black men oppose their shit that they're saying. Otherwise, they just like it's like 50 million people know who Tommy Sotomayor is.
Yep.
because of the rhetoric that he spews. And I mean, like, it's a lot of truth in that shit. You know, but people see the bad shit that he says, and I'm not jumping on the Tommy bandwagon. You know, I'm just trying to be as objective about this as possible. Any hateful black woman, and honestly, there are plenty of them on YouTube. We like to pretend as a people we don't know the motherfuckers exist, but yet still they got these huge ass fucking followings. And it's like, I'm not spewing sour grapes about followings or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is these motherfuckers got enough potency in their word to be noticed. It's like, stop pretending like these bitches ain't. Man, they bitches. And I mean, like, and then, like, if you want to sit up and say, by bitches, do you mean black women? Why do you hate black women? Okay, I'll just go ahead and say, yeah, think what you want to think with your childish ass. But that's all I'm saying, though. It's like, there are some things, like, it's not the time for this bullshit. It really isn't. And whatever that dumb bitch's name was, and I'm not gonna name her, and it's not the usual hair hat that y'all like to name. Whoever that dumb bitch was, fuck her. Walk in traffic. We don't need you. I'm gonna be as cruel as possible about that shit. That's for any of these old bootlicking butter biscuit ass Negroes. Walk in traffic. It's not the time, man. I'm serious.
At the time, nope.
It's not the time at all.
But you know what? But you know what?
Let me say this real quick, Gerald.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead, Gerald, and I'll go after you. Go ahead.
Okay, because I was gonna say something simple, because they drunk the poison. They always looking for attention, no matter what situation. It can be their own child's funeral. They're still looking for attention. That's what they do.
No. Did you see the video?
Hold on, Gerald. Let me get. I said I'm gonna go after Gerald. Let me get my little piece. Let me get my little piece. Yeah, he about to throw me off.
I only needed 10 seconds, but go ahead.
All right, well, go ahead. Well, I ain't need long either. But my thing is, at the end of the day, I keep saying that white supremacy runs deep with a lot of black women, and because of those women that, like you just mentioned, that hate black men and they'll use anything to protect the plantation and be anti-black men. People have to take into account there's a reason they have such huge followings. It's because of all that white supremacy. The followers got too. You sub to those channels because you agree with it more than likely. Now, I'm not gonna say that.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna say it ain't a few people in there that subbing just to see what the enemy is saying, but the large majority they're white supremacists too, and that's why they following those women. Go ahead, Judge.
Okay, the only thing I gotta say is the women want attention so much. There was like in some of those videos I was watching, I saw bitches twerking in front of the line
Oh,
chief
come
of the
on,
police.
man.
Yes, they were.
In Atlanta,
Yeah.
Georgia, too. In Atlanta, Georgia. Damn.
Oh, you
Okay,
saw
well,
it too?
Yeah, I saw it.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait. Project Georgia, though. Them motherfuckers is sick out there with that shit.
I mean, that's sad. That's really sad. Real talk. I mean, that's sad.
Yeah, oh shit. Fuck. It's bad. It's sad that they look for attention, but you must also understand the call out group spent millions and millions of dollars to fuck up the black family. In fact, fucked up every family in America. They spent money.
Let me tell you.
Go.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me read what Alan put on the screen. These bitches love to project, Kev. Whatever they accuse us of, they're the main culprits themselves. There's a lot of women like that like to sit up there and tell black men how to move. Period.
Yep.
What we should be doing. You know why? And this is the one of the main reasons why I'm about to say next. You know why they march? You know why they say that they love these people? R.I.P. Black Lives Matter. Say his name, say her name. They are so horrible in their everyday white supremacist speech about black men that they sent, like, when one dies, they use the death as a virtue signal. Mm-hmm. Okay, I can't possibly, if I ride for this guy, I can't possibly hate, I can't possibly hate black men. That's their mentality.
Mm-hmm. Which is also sad because the man has to die for you to care. So that's sad in itself too. Yep. Why you can't care when the dude alive?
Too much.
Okay, I put the twerk video in the thing if you wanted to show it.
Okay, yeah.
It's 2 or 3 of them actually. It was like one chick, she was down on the ground.
Okay, hey, hold on one second.
Jill was watching. He was watching. He was watching.
Oh, I pay attention. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm loving it. Yeah. I am not gonna lie. I'm loving it. And I hate to say this, but I'm loving it because it's a start. Because I want something to happen that's against YouTube's terms and policies. How's that?
Yeah. Yep.
There you see. That's how you word it. Because we're a step closer to that. Because I'm not gonna lie. I don't think anything's gonna change until that happens. We need a couple of those. Like the Dallas guy that went over in Dallas. We get about 10, 15 more of those. Or when the people striping in stealth packs, that'll end. Because the problem is they don't care because it ain't costing them no money. They're not burning down the cops' houses. They're burning down the business owners, which insurance and the business owners got to go through the bullshit for. Which, that does put pressure on the police and government. But the fact is this. It's like, where these people is. From now on, every time the next person that go viral in a video like that, he just need to go to work and just disappear.
Yeah.
See, that's how it worded in YouTube's words. He just needs to disappear.
All right, guys.
He needs to take a vacation in somebody's basement.
All right, guys, here's the video. All right, audience. This is woman twerking in front of police officers.
Wow. Just goddamn. Okay,
number one, do you think the cops are disrespectful or entertainment?
Now, I ain't gonna lie.
You know what?
No, the women can help us out here. The women can help us out. What they can do is this. They can go and hit on the cops, right? Get them to come over, get in bed, and then that's when we come out and beat the shit out their ass, and then they never disappeared in.
Yeah.
Women, you can help out.
Yeah, they're such experts in setting up Negroes. Let them set some of them up,
Set them up. You can help set them up.
Yeah, do a Cardi B.
Do your part.
Real talk. Nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me anymore. But this right here, this is. I wouldn't have thought of this one myself. I'm gonna say that I wouldn't have thought this of myself. This is just a disgrace. I'm sorry. This is a disgrace.
Yeah.
Man,
I mean, come on, man.
What is she?
You thought I was lying when I said that, huh?
Hey, what if she'd have twerked in front of y'all like that though?
No, not at
Y'all would
all.
have
Not
loved
at
it.
all.
Y'all would have loved it. No, I'm just playing the usual stupid devil's advocate bullshit that people do.
Okay, no. What about this one here? Play this one.
Play
Play
the
that. Play the second one.
All right, I got you. Let me
Man, I've seen enough. I'm gonna say that I done seen enough. This is pitiful. Like, man, how far do we have to fall as a people?
Wait for the next one though. Wait for the next one. It's coming.
The next one worse.
Yep.
okay. Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's a lot of black women that have problems, but I don't even want to believe that the average sister would be on something this stupid. This is beyond me, man. Like, real, this is crazy.
Wow, I am ashamed. Okay, I gotta hold on one second.
No, I'm sorry, man. This I am ashamed of them for doing that. Like, this is pathetic. This is absolutely
Like,
pathetic in my
goddamn,
opinion.
like, right.
Yeah, man. I ain't nothing I can say good about this. This is, I mean, man, you have hit a low at this point.
Shit, when they was talking shit about us, they was already hitting the low, and we was doing nothing but just trying to survive. The females fell for the feminazi shit. Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah,
And it worked.
Yeah, but I mean, the magnitude of this situation and you doing this,
Here you
come
go.
on, man.
here you go, Roger.
Well, you know they like DNA.
Here you go, Roger. Cue up the scene, sir.
Look,
Oh Lord, man.
Oh my god! And you know we
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
well, you know they're gonna say we hate women because we pointed that out. So you
Yep.
know, we hate
Yep.
we hate our mamas. You know, oh yeah, we gay too.
Nah.
We you know
Somebody.
we submit to Zaddy.
How come?
We beat it. You know that's
He
that.
said, look, I
Some
thought Lizzo did it, right? That's even worse than that.
Nah, man, I mean, to me, that this is just too far. Some sisters should have checked them over this. Some sisters should have checked them. The magnitude of this situation is way too
But you
big
know
to
what
be
though?
playing with it like that.
You know what though? Some sisters are embarrassed by this behavior. They're just not coming out as quickly as to say it. You know,
Nah,
that's what I want to
nah,
say.
I ain't gonna- hey, Kev, we done hit a new low. Thank God there wasn't a lot of people around them when they was doing that to George, because there probably would have been a broad in the background twerking.
Yeah,
well,
and oh yeah, they said a black a black woman was videoing the whole
yep,
incident.
she did.
Let me throw this in, because man, I don't even want to believe that sisters is going out like that. But let's just say this is the lowest of the low of us. You know, this can't be the average sister. This is like the lowest of the lowest of the
This is
low.
activism. That's what this is. This is activism.
Nah, bro, I can't associate them sisters with the rest of them. Like, this is
This is booty lives matter. Yeah, twerking for justice. Boy, I tell you the truth.
Twerk matters.
Well, I tell you the truth. This is worse than the Martin Luther King party flyers on every Martin Luther King birthday. Like, I know that's
man.
probably
I don't even know what this is.
I know that's probably a sucky comparison, but you know,
Bro, this is the most pathetic thing I've seen this year. Real talk.
You don't think that's a show? You don't think that's a show of a rebellious spirit? That's putting you that's jumping in the face of the law or something like that. You don't think maybe that?
No, because
You don't think maybe?
I
that,
mean,
Trying to dick extract them.
no, dick extraction.
No.
Oh, okay.
no. I mean, see, this is my thing. I can't take this as no joke. You do this. Women do that when they to gain attention from men that they want to admire them. You want the cops to admire you at this particular time. You want attention from them at this particular time. You want to be ogled by them at this time. I mean, you're a grown woman. I get all that, but bro, this is nowhere near the time of the place.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
like,
to, to,
Yeah.
and look at this though. Hey, I want y'all to check out something real quick. Hold on.
oh God.
I want y'all to check out something. I just noticed something. And like in both videos, really, but I especially noticed it in this one. Look who she's doing it in front of.
The white guy.
Yeah, look at him. He's taping it. I bet you won't go. I bet y'all want to see me go out there and twerk.
Well,
But
matter of fact, look now. See, this would be a maybe. Look, we'll have them do that, and we'll just come out and hit them with the Diddy's clubs after they ain't paying
oh
attention.
yeah,
Somebody should go beat that bitch ass
Nah,
like
man.
Sarge from Soldier Story.
Mhm.
This ain't funny to me nor a joke in any kind of shape, way, or form. That's absolutely pathetic.
Hmm.
All
Well,
right.
think about it. Think about it. No, we are showing by us doing this show and talking about what we need to do. We are putting attention on what we need to do, and women don't like no attention that's not directed at them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't like attention. They ain't happy with because yeah, I mean whatever man. I'm sorry, some sister has to. Yeah, you can't let that type of stuff happen. Like you can't just be cool with that. You
No.
can't be cool with that.
Hmm.
I don't even know what to tell her. I mean, technically, just it's another adult woman, but man, somebody should at least try to talk some sense into her.
I mean, well, you know what happens every time we try to talk some sense into her. Like it's met with resistance and
No,
pushback.
no, no. I'm saying another sister, bro, because that's their image. That's their image.
Yeah. I mean, but you got those saying, "Oh, you want us to attack my fellow sisters?" You got those too now. So
Yep.
I mean, I get it, but come on, man. How low we gonna let it go?
Look. If black people need reminders to understand what war is, then that's what it is. If this was regular military and motherfucker doing dumb shit in the military, what happens when people do dumb shit in the military?
Right,
So
court
then,
martial.
yep.
No,
So then,
you don't get court martial. You get fucking killed if you do dumb shit. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? On the
yeah,
motherfucking
that
war,
too.
we all saying
well,
warfield and shit.
Yeah, that too.
That's the lesson. Fucking up at the gun range, waving your gun around, somebody gonna put a cap in your ass. You're a liability.
Yeah, real talk. That man, I don't even know what to say about this. This is just. I mean, I can't say it's unbelievable because I live in the world where nothing is really surprising anymore. But golly, man, come on.
Yeah.
yep.
Well, just have a shred of dignity. Like, I mean, what's going on in your life that you don't have at least a little bit of dignity for yourself?
Not a smidgen.
Say it
And the bitch
again.
probably got kids too.
Yep.
Oh, of course she got kids.
Yeah,
Hey,
how
Rock.
I
could you
mean,
keep that little
Hey,
with
look,
yourself?
they showed us with COVID, so you really shouldn't be surprised. And they showed us before that too. Hell, they even had Wesley Snipes crossing his children across the street. They dogged them out for that. They
Yeah,
just don't surprise me with the shit they say anymore because I'm so used to it. I'm like, okay, well, they don't affect me because they just talk loud and ain't saying a goddamn thing. Basically.
yeah, it don't surprise me, bro. But my thing is like, bro, like that, you can't claim you have a shred of dignity after that. None.
Yep.
mm, yeah. Well, hey, I'm about to wrap this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some final words in, guys. Any words you might have for us and the future and dealing with what's about to come or what could potentially happen. I want to get whichever one of y'all want to go first.
I can go first and get out the way. I'll
Word.
just say, stay up. Definitely go to the range. Get you some Ray-Bans. Put them on because tomorrow's going to have enough problems. Don't be surprised. Y'all hear some shit going down. Like my man said, it's time. It's been time. It's like wrestling. It's time. So that's my words, y'all.
All right, Gerald. Thank you.
You're
Next.
welcome, man.
Peace.
I guess I'll go next, man. Man, at this particular time, ain't no telling what's coming. Be ready, be smart, and do what you feel you need to do. Cause somebody gonna have to do something. I'm gonna leave it vague like that, but do what you feel you need to do.
All right, I'll go. For every veteran, you have an obligation. Once the once the National Guard jumps in and starts harming civilian life, you have an obligation in your sojourners. Um, but even more so, it's not an aspect of protection. They're not utilizing protection when they utilize the military and all this against the citizens who are merely still begging, because protesting is still begging and begging for morality, accountability. That's what it is. There's nothing dangerous about it, but they're treating people as if with such. And so you're obligated to go into war mode because that is what they're taking to peaceful people. Is what has been going on, but you wouldn't have had the people's back. Now you got the world got your back. And anything that we do based off of whatever the fuck it is that we want to do, the world will back us up because it is just as outraged as we are. And this shit is changing this year. Black Summer 2020, it's gonna be the year when we fucking free ourselves. Who thought it would have happened?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, aside from all the craziness, I do think that there are some measures that Black people can take as far as when this shit does hit the fan. Moving forward, what would our plan be after that? Do we start some generational wealth by starting to grow some Black businesses? Do we stop patronizing their businesses? Because I guarantee you, they're not going to leave our community, because there's too much money in it. No matter what happens, they think that they'll kill the few and then everybody else will forget, either out of fear or or they just didn't want to deal with it in the first fucking place. I mean, we got to hit them in all areas. Not just like the craziness, the rioting. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of overdue. That's overdue, and honestly, they had it coming because it's like they're not sorry for what they're doing. They're not sorry. They're not fair. Oh yeah, another thing, Black people, get rid of this bullshit sense of fairness. Like I hate hearing that shit. I hate hearing Black people trying to be fair about it. They're not being fair. They don't care about your fucking fairness. They don't
Never.
care about your forgiveness. They don't care about none of that shit. They all these bullshit reasons they come up with every time one of us gets killed. Like they automatically try to criminalize everybody. They tried like when Trayvon first happened. They tried to criminalize Trayvon. Oh well, he was found with equipment used to steal a radio out of out of cars and stuff. I'm like, what equipment do you use to steal radios out of cars besides regular basic ass tools that you can use to fix basically any fucking thing? Like, stop this shit. Trayvon was smoking weed. Okay, when does smoking weed justify killing a motherfucker? See, that's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit I keep talking about when it comes to this little bullshit sense of fairness and forgiveness. And if I forgive him, I mean, like that ticket to heaven's waiting on me. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And the thing with the Trayvon case, remember, he was the only one in the park. So who the fuck was he gonna shoot?
No, you're talking about Tamir Wright.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry,
Tamir Wright, just like John Crawford.
Yeah, he was the only one in the park. Right.
Like, there's so many names we can say. It's so many names, so many men, so many women. Yeah, another thing with Black people. Stop making this a contest to see who's getting it worse. The men or the women.
Please.
And honestly, yeah, you can say I hate women all you want. I'm directing that shit toward the women because they're the main ones doing that bullshit.
As I say, with Black men, we say it's all of us. When we say Black, we referring to the women too. We're not just saying men.
I mean, yeah. And evidence that Black men do include women in their leadership is the civil rights movement. No matter how you disrespect the civil rights movement, men and women work together in that shit. I don't care what nobody motherfucking say. Men didn't say, hey, go to the kitchen and make me a fucking sandwich. No, we included you in that. I mean, you abandoned us for the feminist movement. but we always talk about that shit. But all I'm saying is this. Sooner or later, we're gonna have to put all this bullshit to the side.
For real.
Because it's like a lot of people say, "Oh, everybody was stupid for saying integration." Well, shit, during segregation, we knew who our enemies were. We knew exactly who our enemies were. We knew exactly how to. I mean, maybe because we had to. I don't know. Maybe we had integration back then. It'll be a much different society. I don't know what. But the point of the matter is, what's happening in 2020 should have stopped decades ago, and it hasn't stopped. So what choice are you leaving the people now? There's unrest. And I guarantee you, like I said, when that new situation comes out and all them details about what happened to that gospel singer, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And yes, we are thinking about the women. Like shit, we still saying Tatiana Jefferson's name to this day. We still saying Sandra Bland's name to this day. We ain't forgot. We ain't forgot shit. Y'all just need to get on pay to stop being such fucking children. I'm getting sick of seeing this shit. It's embarrassing to open my social media and seeing a bunch of stupid motherfuckers saying stupid shit. So it's like, and don't be like that. Oh man, you shouldn't even pay attention to that, man. Oh man, don't let that. Shut the fuck up. Because like the same motherfucker saying that shit will have like, and especially YouTubers will have 6 hour broadcasts on the other side of the damn gender war. Most people will tell you that. But most people that tell you that kind of shit are fucking hypocrites. Just be honest. Start being brutally honest. Shit, like it's like because honesty, you better do it before honesty is the only thing you have left. Because they gonna take every motherfucking thing else. Do they have to take everything else for us in order for us to get it? To finally get it? I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope it doesn't take us losing every goddamn thing for us to finally get it. But it's like it could be like Rogish said. It could be no better time than the present to pull all this shit off.
I mean, you got the world behind you, fam. The world. We never had the world behind us like this unless motherfucker was singing the Michael Jackson song was signed. You know what I mean?
No, I got something to say here on the closing arguments here. I'll say like this here. If one of the things is this, you realize it. If you notice they kind of graze over it and touch it. The reason why they don't want none of that stuff is this. By you burning down all the infrastructure already, but basically what you do is we don't own none of that shit, so you open a door for more shit for us to own.
Yeah.
It's gonna be construction companies that's gonna be made that's to put all the shit back together. So black people, I hate to say something, people, it's in a war. Don't worry about just taking a fucking inconvenience because think about it. We already live, the average black American family, when they say the average, only makes like $20-something thousand, where the average white American family net worth is $174,000.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, so when you look at stuff like that, I mean, no offense, we already close to the bottom. You don't mind. It's like this. It's like, would you rather fall if you were going to fall? Would you rather fall off the first step, or would you rather fall out the third-story window? I mean,
yeah, I got you. Facts. Now, okay. One final thing is, man, I'm not gonna be the guy to police people. Like I said at the beginning, police people on how to react. I'm really getting tired of that shit too about people saying that this doesn't solve anything. It seems like nothing is solving anything right now. Nothing. It's like nothing. Peaceful kneeling. Peaceful protest. No one might care about that shit, man. That's why I'm going back to that sense of fairness. Stop black people, for real. Get a code or revisit the code that we had. Or shit, I don't know. It's not gonna look very good, I'll tell you that much. But anyway, man, there's no more. Like what we're fighting for basically is no more George Floyds, no more Breonna Taylors, no more Ahmaud Arbery's, no more, no more Tatiana Jefferson's, Corin Gaines, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Michael Brown,
Aisha Tyler,
Walter Scott, Freddie Gray. The list just goes on and on, man.
On and on, fam.
Let's just go on and on, man.
On and on.
So, hey, you know what? I'll put it like this, and I'm gonna end the broadcast. Y'all better stop it before we gotta stop it.
No, don't stop it. Let us stop it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm up for it.
Yeah,
No. Power is take. See, this is the problem we have. My phone went dead. I didn't even pay attention. I just changed devices. But power is taken. Now it's our time to reach up, and take this shit over.
Facts.
If not, and this is the thing is, this is the thing that they don't realize. The reason why they're scared of us getting power or getting anything, because they would already think to them what's in the back of their mind. What if they treated us how we treat them?
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't realize, but see, even
They're
our
scared
records
to death
show,
of that. They're
right?
scared to death of that.
But our records even show during this time of turmoil that all those people that got their ass beat, not one of them was killed. You know what I mean? So that should show them, wait a minute, maybe we should do it the black way, or let the black people control more shit. Why is that? Because they're more fair. Not one of these, think about it. These people came at you in my mentality. You didn't kill none of them. You just beat the shit out their ass, and once they were down, you let them go.
And they had lethal intent. They had lethal intent when they was engaging those people.
Yeah, right. And this is the thing. I say I'm not even one of those ones where I know, because that's why I got my record for beating a person damn near to death with my bare hands.
Respect.
They're lucky that I probably wasn't one of them, because people like me would feel. But that goes to show enough people around, because some people wanted to beat you, and they was like, no, just let it go. He down, and then let it go like that. And if you see, most of the time, the people, even that were bigger and stronger than them, they still, okay, fine, we're going to let it go. So that goes to show you that we are reasonable, but they're not acting reasonable. So unfortunately, we might have to act unreasonably to get them to listen. We're gonna have to unfortunately beat it out of them.
That's what it has to be.
They're not being fair. They're not being reasonable. They're not giving us hugs after we do so much as even talk about racism. They don't forgive us at all. They don't.
No.
It's unfortunate the way where it went. I mean, I know a lot of people want to do the whole work with thing, but our position is really unique. It's just like being in a schoolyard fight with a bully, and the bully is just beating the shit out of you to the point where you can't really do anything on yourself. People pull the bully off of you. They save you. The bully goes to suspension or whatever. Then they come back. Now they don't fight you no more. But now they're just terrorizing you, taking your lunch money, and the people at the school now, they're looking at you a little bit lesser because you had to be saved. You haven't fought for yourself. And maybe even a couple of them just want to join in on, you know what I'm saying, making you the motherfucking hitting post and shit. So now to regain your respect, that's the world. So now to gain your respect for the whole school once more, because it's not just this bully that you have to restore your honor with. Now you got to damn near kill this motherfucker. You can't just stand up to him. You can't just utilize words and tell the bully to leave you alone. No, this shit has to have an impact through the bully to the rest of the school, through these motherfuckers, to the rest of the world, that you know what? Yes, these niggas are now once more honorable people, and they have restored their honor through force, which is what every living thing does.
Okay. Yeah, Biff tanning these motherfuckers, man.
Real talk.
Knock Biff ass out, man.
All these McFlys running around this motherfucker. Yeah, okay,
man.
yeah. I got
knock Biff's ass out. Fuck that dude, man. Fuck that motherfucker, man.
That's exactly what it is, dog. You can't just talk to Biff. Shit, you gotta let that motherfucker out in the shit. So that everybody looking, they go, ooh.
Hey, all right. Let me say one last thing. And, this is totally unrelated. I meant to bring this up earlier, but we're having such a good conversation. And then I'm cutting this broadcast off. We need to stop putting this narrative out here that black men don't support black men. I know I've said it a couple times. I've also said that, some of us got this fake alpha complex. But as far as this channel goes, with my numbers and my stats, 6% of my viewership is black men. So it's like that's where my main support is coming from.
Yeah.
It's like it's just the fact that a lot of these people that sentiment comes from the fact that they feel like that that some I guess I don't know, some notion that women are taking over this space or whatever.
Yeah.
Here's what I got to say about that, because I'm never gonna spew like I was saying earlier, like okay, these black women on this broadcast, like this little panel hating on black men, and it was nearly 1,000 motherfuckers watching, and it was just amazes me how some black men would just lay down while this rhetoric is being spewed. But the point is like this: if you're gonna be over there watching them and being antagonistic instead of over here trying to have a positive conversation, what right is it do you have to complain?
Oh,
If if
Lord.
if if, if you
Lord.
if you want to support black male spaces and want to see black male spaces grow, just support them. Shit. Don't worry about other folks and how they're doing and how they're growing and all this other shit, man. Support if you, I'm not even saying support my channel, but don't do all the bitching if you're helping the motherfuckers that you're complaining about. I don't
For
care about
real.
none of that other shit. It's like, damn, just let's start making sense, man. But
Yeah.
Well, what I've done is this: is I see. I don't even, like back in the day, I used to like to hear both sides of the story. I don't even waste my time like even listening to the shit no more. I mean, I don't even like. I know that if I know a channel spews certain rhetoric, and I know that they're not going to be, I don't even go to the channel no more.
but,
I mean,
but,
if it was
but
your
at the same
channel,
time,
you don't hear it.
that wasn't even like the main point. But what I'm saying is this: the main motherfuckers that's sitting up here complaining about that shit be the main ones watching their channel and contributing to their shit. They be the main ones. The main
Right. I couldn't tell you what they say because I don't watch their shit.
Yeah, no clue. So that's one aspect of
No, for real. No, for real though. One thing I did though, I saw the broadcast playing, and I looked at like on your YouTube feed on your cell phone. You see the broadcast playing. You see how many people are actually watching it, and you see the title. I didn't need to click on the video to see, I didn't need to click on the video to see what was going on.
Yeah.
And by the YouTuber, what that bitch was talking about. So, but I'm just saying this: if you want to help those people grow by giving them negative attention, don't sit up there and complain about them getting the attention or however much power they have in whatever space. Just support the guys you want to support and stop hating. I mean, I can disagree with a person all day, but like, it's like if you're like, I don't know, people just addicted to drama.
The thing is that you're going to have opposers, people who think opposite of you, and some of them may they're going to have an audience, audience. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they don't want them to have an audience, but it's like it's other fools and idiots in the world. So if they get mad at the shit that they saying, they want to report ill on them. It's obviously it's something about them that's intriguing to them for some reason. They have some type of connection to negative bitches when they do that. So I think what it is, I think with those cats, they get a fix. They get a fix, and because they miss their negative bitches that they was with.
Same thing happened on Facebook, man. Some girl said something stupid, man. She get about like 2-3 comments. It's insane, man. It's like if you really like. Well, all I'm saying is at the end of the day, if you really want something, you should strive to get it. Period. You can't sit up there and say you want something and then complain about shit going the other way and not doing any goddamn thing. In other words, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this. Anybody watches my channel is always welcome to watch it. And it's like this, just like I sat up there and said something about the rhetoric they were spewing.
Yeah.
I'm not really hating too much on it because hey, they're doing what they have to do to keep their audience interested.
Yeah.
But just hey, I should be humble and say, hey, you know what? Thanks for your support, but I probably need a little bit more because it's like we need more people on the other side of the narrative.
Definitely.
And the I think that the habitual line steppers and people like Dre and Rogish represent that other side. and Gerald, and in fact, other folks that's been here on this channel. Like, so it all depends on what's important to you. If you really want to stop, then let it stop. Otherwise, stop pretending like you want it to stop. For real. All right, that's enough. I'm done. I'm done. I mean, I'm done. It's like it'll be interesting how this whole situation is, because now we're dealing with two situations. We're dealing with this whole coronavirus thing and trying to reopen America, and we're dealing with the unrest. It's like what was said in this broadcast. Now is the best time to strike. We're weakened. I mean, they're weakened.
Yes.
Now is the best time to strike. So just think about it. If think about what's important to you. If you want to keep all this little bullshit infighting, go ahead. But I feel like sooner or later those people are going to be swallowed, and your day is coming if you promote that kind of thing. So hey, it's just because right now we're facing something bigger than that. And if y'all don't realize it, get the fuck out the way and let us, deal with that shit. Because I'm not, because from here on out, I'm not dealing with anyone trying to make me take steps back or trying to hinder my progress and wanting to set things right. It's just, I may as well just consider you an enemy.
Yeah.
And that's to whomever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 7 billion people on the planet. If there was an exact 7 billion people on the planet, I'm talking to 699. I mean, 6,999,999,999 people. That's who I'm talking to right now.
I can dig.
So if we're gonna get this kind of mindset, we need to be full throttle with that shit. We need to handle everything, because there ain't no more time to play. Ain't no more time. But I'm in this broadcast because honestly, you're asking a lot when people go watch this show. You're asking a lot to watch. You're asking a lot to watch them. Asking them to watch the whole 240. Well, the 2 hours and 40. I'm tired. Shit, I can't even get my word together. I'm fucking tired.
Hospitality, fam. Peace. Long live the habitual line steppers.
Long live the habitual line steppers. And in Kev we trust. Goodbye.